But yeah, seriously, man. So all I was trying to do was do my goddamn laundry. And there you have trash can fucking Carla getting pounded by stanky Steve. And like, as soon as they get done, he pulls out this just fetid pile of just, I don't even know what it is, disease, falls on the floor. Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey,
Welcome.
guys, we're talking a little Santorum there is all, you know?
I'm just saying, man, you know what? Public laundromats are a plague on humanity, and they should be destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
And having fucking voted in the 2014 election, I can attest to that. How's it going, everybody? I'm Wizard of Cause. I am completely and absolutely prepared for this show.
Yes, absolutely. No, so am I. So am I. I mean, everything was pre-planned. Actually, to be honest, we were really on point today. We were really on point. You were respectful.
For the most part, yeah. For the most part, we were pretty on the ball, pretty ready to go. And then, as happens when we have fucking phenomenal goddamn television shows here on YouTube, last minute, I was completely ill prepared. So that being the case, welcome everyone. We are your YouTube saints for this fucking weekend of February, whatever the fuck it is. 18th. I was thinking that, and I didn't. I wasn't altogether sure, and so I just decided to defer to the judgment of the peanut gallery as I bring the stream up. I totally have the chat up, guys. Don't worry. That being the
case. Dude, I had such a good time last night. I really did. I went up to Portland for the James Damore event, and it was interesting. It was pretty interesting. There wasn't too many protests. There were a few. Nobody got arrested, but I got to meet Brett Weinstein, really fucking cool guy. I bought Peter Boghossian a shot, and that professor knows how to slam a whiskey shot. Like, it didn't even faze him. Oh, bam!
After everything that dude's had to deal with, I should fucking hope so. That's good to hear. No, I'm glad one of us made it out to a reasonably interesting event. What did I do? I finished Deadwood, and now I understand.
Deadwood is so good.
It is such a really good show, but I understand that. I didn't need a fucking Firefly in my life.
Right. No, fuck Firefly.
Didn't need another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still completely fucking worth watching, but all the same.
I mean,
fuck HBO.
Don't fuck Firefly in case there are Firefly fans in the audience.
Oh, I love Firefly. That's the problem. I love Firefly. I love fucking. No, it ain't a fucking mullet here, guys. It was fucking. I still got it. It's all still fucking here. Do not worry. Do not worry. The true draw and attraction to YouTube Saints still exists, resting from the top of my head.
It's definitely not this fucking neckbeard shit I got going on here, man. What the fuck? I've been partying with Fat Pat so goddamn much. I haven't even had time to shave. It's
Mr. Golden fucking opportunity. I've been hanging out with this YouTube atheist so goddamn much. This shit just I can't keep it off of me anymore.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. You hang out with YouTube atheists, and all of a sudden your neck just starts sprouting like a fucking chia pet. It's amazing.
You know, you're like a fucking you're like a South African farm before it's burned to the ground. Oh, what? I don't know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fucking Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Well, starting out a little aggressive tonight. How's it all going?
A little aggressive.
Now, Anonymous Rogue says I look like a generic 90s movie action movie henchman. I'm not generic. No, listen, I am the featured extra. I am the, I'm the guy who gets to kind of nod in a direction, and that's my fucking claim to fame right there.
You're like that long-haired...
Hey, you got me.
You're like that long-haired dude that's in every Jackie Chan movie. You know what I'm talking about? He's either a villain or sometimes maybe he's a cop or something. Usually he's a villain. But I think he was one of his stunt coordinators, but he's in every Jackie Chan movie. You look kind of like the Jew version of that.
How the fuck... How do I look fucking... Do you see this fucking Irish, English, fucking UK shit? How Jewish is that?
Well, it's just because I know
all because I have a fucking tendency to ask the audience that I desperately try and entertain for money, doesn't mean that I resemble the Jew. Huh? But by the way, if you guys want, the Streamlabs is still a thing.
Anyway, let's jump into the news. It's been a crazy week. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to start off with the news article that I think everybody knows we need to talk about.
Yeah, there's no getting around this one. And now this the one I selected in particular for this for this particular event. Now, as we all know, the the young Mr. fucking Cruz there decided he was going to go on a fucking revenge spree. And as details keep coming out, and I'm talking real details, not this Chan fuckery where it's like, hey guys, let's fucking see the fucking bullshit fucking narrative just to fuck with shit, because like who the fuck gives a fuck about the fact 17 fucking kids are dead? Aside from that, as details are starting to emerge, we're getting a fucking clearer and clearer picture of just what a goddamn nightmare this sad sack of shit really was. Now, this is coming from CNN. Are we going to run the video or are we going to just do the article?
Unless we could find we didn't find the video to be able to play it on my circle. I could play it here, but you won't be able to hear it.
Yeah, if you'd like to, and you just let me know when it's done, because I've already seen it.
We'll play a little bit of it.
Tell us about why they took him in 3 months ago.
Well, he really didn't have a lot of choices. His mom had died. He wasn't doing well where he was staying, and after about a week, around Thanksgiving, he knew the son, because they had met each other here at this high school last year, and they offered him a home. They had a room. He really had no other options, and they brought him in.
Did they see troubling signs of any behavioral problems with him?
They saw some depression. Obviously, he'd lost his mom.
Anybody would be depressed by losing their mom. I mean, that's understandable. But
you don't go killing 17 your fucking classmates about it.
Right.
Him get a job at a Dollar Tree store. They got him going to an adult education so he could try to get his GED, and he seemed to be doing better.
Because he was expelled from this high school, the high school that he went into and brought his, AR-15 style weapon into. He was expelled. So what was that about?
Well, that was over a year ago, and as I understand, there was some disciplinary problems, some fights. He was a smaller kid, and some indication that there might have been some bullying going on.
The bullying angle, okay. The bullying angle.
Yeah.
But again, he'd been away from the school for over a year and had never shared with them any contempt for the school or anybody here. No anger, just a lot of depression and stuff going on around the loss of his mother.
Did this family know he had a gun?
He had it. He brought it into the residence with the rest of his personal possessions. It was locked in a gun safe. That was their rules. As to how he ended up with the gun on this particular day, we don't know.
What was his gun?
Rough stuff, man. I don't know.
Yeah, now from what the, if the interview there didn't fucking cover it for you, real quick synopsis from CNN here. The family that took in Florida school shooting suspect Nicholas Cruz says that they knew he was lonely, depressed, and a bit odd, but saw no warning signs of a coming massacre. We had this monster living under our roof, and we didn't even know, Kimberly Sneed told the Florida Sun Sentinel. We didn't see this side of him. Yeah. Now, this is honestly, it's in addition to the fucking raw and untempered fucking sympathy and heartfelt fucking empathy that I have for the victims and their families. I do feel a bit. I feel also bad for the Sneed family. Mm-hmm. They took this kid in and had no fucking idea what he was doing, and it's one of those incidents where I cannot imagine what the fuck they've got to be going through, because after seeing that, but knowing him for being what he was, even though he was troubled, they never really said they really saw that side. Mm-hmm. It's one of these things. Those got to be people right now who are got to be asking themselves, what could I have done to stop this? And
right.
There was fucking nothing. But yeah, so just to fucking plow through this goddamn fucking article and just the story itself, as you guys know, yet another fucking school shooting. And as mentioned in the ticker below, fringe political groups have decided they're going to deploy liquid nitrogen to make sure that the bodies are as cold as they can be before they offer their hot fucking takes. Yeah. So yeah. So with that, yeah, honestly, we're covering this because we fucking have to.
Right. Cruz is set to inherit $800,000.
Yeah, you fucked that up, didn't you, boy?
When Cruz moved into their home, they had to teach him basic needs, including how to cook, use a microwave, do laundry, and pick up after himself, the Sneed said. He's very naive. He wasn't dumb, just naive. The family said that Cruz is not cruel to animals and seemed to love their 2 dogs and 6 cats. In addition, Cruz told the family he was set to inherit at least $800,000 from his deceased parents, most of which came to him when he turned 22, the Sneeds told the Sun Sentinel. On the day of the shooting, Cruz told the family he didn't need a ride to school, saying, "It's Valentine's Day, and I don't go to school on Valentine's Day." She said she saw Cruz at about 10 a.m. on the day of the shooting with no sense of what was to come. Cruz texted with the Sneed's teenage son later that day and even asked him what classroom at Stoneman Douglas he was in. When the shooting began, the son managed to flee unharmed to a nearby middle school. Holy shit. I wonder if he was going to be targeting their fucking son. The son of the people that took this piece of shit in. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, you know, it's one of these things too. I mean, so like, you know, we got this whole hubbub about him, like, oh, he's a white nationalist. Of course, that's a fun fucking narrative to spin, because why the fuck not? Who gives a fuck about mourning fucking families? Who gives a good goddamn about the fact that an entire fucking community has been upended? As long as you get your fucking laws, right, guys? But all the same, that being the case, there is a question here, because the more we come to find out about this kid, the more it becomes very fucking apparent that it was either psychopathic fucking mass murderer or fucking pilot station attendant, and that sounds kind of what it was for him. This kid, I'm gonna say this much, and I don't want to go fucking too deep into this, as everybody is trying to make fucking hay while the sun shines about this shit, about what your opinions about fucking guns are, and every one of those fucking people out there on Twitter, and especially fucking Facebook's a goddamn expert in gun policy. But all that being the case, while we're gonna argue over guns versus mental fucking health, there is a singular strain commonality we can actually find within these people. It's not that they're white or male. It's actually just the fact that there's a serious fucking problem going on right now with the youth as they are developing, which is causing those who are living on the outskirts of the internal society of a given fucking high school or whatever it might be, whereas they used to go perhaps to D&D or just look fucking spooky to keep people the fuck away. Now shooting up the school seems to be an increasingly popular fucking option when they feel like they are at the end of their fucking rope. So if we could all just collectively stop trying to cluster fuck this thing into a fucking narrative, that would be goddamn delightful. I'm just a fucked up dude in a fucking waistcoat and vest, so who the fuck knows?
That was pretty good. That was pretty damn good. The only thing I'd add to that is that this has been going on for a really long ass time. I mean, Kip Kinkle, the dude who shot up the Thurston high school that was just, I don't know, maybe 10 miles away from me, that happened back in the 90s, I think it was. And I don't know if they've really been increasing in frequency or not, but they're definitely increasing in effectiveness, and that's kind of spooky. But
yeah, it's almost like it's almost as though well, people who are intending on committing fucking mass murder, holy shit, who would fucking guess that they would actually plan the shit out and actually base their plans on the successes and failures of others?
I suppose so. So
until we can be fucking honest about what our fucking violence problem is in this country, and it ain't specifically or explicitly guns, and it ain't specifically or explicitly mental health, right. It's actually kind of, I know this word fucking offends some people, it's kind of nuanced issue.
It's kind of become a cultural thing, honestly. We have a culture of guns in America.
We have a culture of fucking violence.
Yeah, culture of violence, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, you can have guns all fucking day. I can leave my fucking gun out on the table. It's not going to get angry and shoot anybody. But at the same time, the availability of them is a fucking problem. Until people can start speaking fucking honestly about the problems that are facing, especially the youth, who are increasingly apparently prone to things such as violence or the desperate senses and needs for fucking viral fucking fame, to the point where they will, as we mentioned in previous streams, publish and record and publish they're losing their own fucking virginity. I mean, kids are fucked these days. Mm-hmm. It's all the parents' fault, and letting them have easy access to guns, maybe not a great thing, but maybe we ought to be paying a slightly closer attention to where they're fucking at instead of worrying about our fucking careers and hoping that YouTube can fucking babysit them. Let's move the fuck on.
Okay. All right.
Now this next story.
Wait. Before we get to the fun, we got to do some shout outs here. Nonsensical Mecca donated, said, "Sup dudes, my first time catching Saints live since New Year's. Take my money. Have you heard of Brava Alphabusa or Lucas the Spider? Quality stuff. Also, shout out to my fiance at work. All the love. Hey, shout out to your fiance. I've heard of Lucas the Spider, not Brava Alphabusa. I should check that out. The Cat Cadaver. Hey, what's up, Cat? Thanks to the Sunday Night Entertainment guys. I just subbed. Hope you enjoy the show. Frank Dukes. I have to give mad respect to a YouTube personality that refers to their content as IBS. Their channel is the audio equivalent to irritable bowel syndrome. Hashtag pinky sub.
That you?
Huh? I don't know.
I mean, I don't remember doing that. Maybe I did. I got a reputation to live up to, you know? So
I think I might have said something about that at some point. I don't know.
well, you know, it sounds like you could use some chili juice.
Yeah, well, I mean, that'll at least flush you. Hard to have irritable bowel syndrome if you're already empty.
Exactly.
Not really.
Your money.
So anyway, this next one is pretty good. You know, read this one?
Yeah, this is a fun one. And just in case anybody was wondering, yes, we did decide to lead with the fucking heavy thing so that we could bring you up over the course of the rest of the show. Now, this one founded in odd news. It's a bit strange. It's a bit fun. Dozen daycare workers say parents' cookies made them high. Now, this is from Bangor, Maine. And mind you, Maine is a state which is contending with the legalization of marijuana. Please, God, don't let this fucking affect that debate. But Bangor, Maine. The director of a Maine daycare says cookies dropped off by a parent as a Valentine's Day treat left about a dozen staff members feeling high.
Oops.
Oops. Bet the time. You know, honestly, I can't tell what you enjoyed more, clay time or nap time at this point. But I'm sure they enjoyed it as much as the kids. So police were called to the Watch Me Shine daycare in Bangor, Maine. That's a cute name.
Watch Me Shine.
Watch Me Shine. That's what kids need. Watch Me Shine daycare in Bangor on Wednesday and seized the cookies for testing. Now, this is the funny thing. Two workers reported feeling woozy. Sorry. About 10 others reported less intense symptoms. Something tells me somebody didn't whip the batter all together and get it even. That's how you make envy in a workplace.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, police say the parent who brought them in could be charged if the cookies test positive for drugs. Nowicki. Now, this is the daycare director, sorry, Tiffany Nowicki, said that the cookies were left on the table. No children ate any, except for the children. Well, I'm guessing except for the children of the parents who decided that dropping off fucking edibles at a goddamn daycare for the staff was a good idea.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a fine fucking gesture. I'm not going to take that away from, like, honestly, if anybody out there has young children, can you imagine having to deal with 10 or 20 of them at the same time? And can you imagine just this perhaps desire on the part of some, let's call them, they're going for their masters in early childhood development. And then they're like, oh, this is what the job is. Goddamn, where's my weed? But yeah, Nowicki, the director, says that the daycare has always barred adults from sharing food with the children. That is some fucking serious prescience right there. But will now prohibit bringing in outside food for children or staff.
Probably for the best, honestly.
Probably for the best. I mean, honestly, like, it's one of those things. It's like a discount fucking daycare. I mean, I haven't been to Bangor in a while. Maybe they got some, like, shitty areas. Maybe this is one of those discount daycares. And they're the kind of people who, like, they'll take a bunch of juice boxes. Like, where's the plastic wrap on this one? Why is there a little tiny hole in it? Yeah, fuck it. Here you go. Johnny, what are you talking about? You see stars on the ceiling. There are no stars on the ceiling. Well, yeah, I'm glad to know that they've at least updated their fucking policies at this point, given given the generous gift that some not altogether their parents decided to gift unknowingly and unbeknownst to the staff there.
So I don't know, maybe this is just like the degenerate unpopular opinion and whatnot, but having dealt with some pretty nightmare fucking babysitters and childcare workers before in my life, I would rather have them stoned out of their fucking gourds if possible than being possibly, I don't know, aggressive towards the children. But then again, you don't really know if they're going to be so stoned that they're not going to do their job and make sure the kids are okay. So I'm kind of like halvesy. I kind of like the idea that maybe if they had told them that, hey, these are some weed cookies, eat them when you're off shift,
yeah,
like that would have been way better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost tempted to say maybe that we should actually incorporate this into daycare going forward. Now, hear me out. This is a radical fucking idea. This is some Aldous fucking Huxley shit, yeah?
Okay.
But I am thinking maybe if you have 2 staff members. If one of them is high, potentially the coloring activities will be more fun for everybody. All right? Yeah, I'm just saying. And you have one who's not high. That way, when the high one is trying to teach the children how to make clay bongs that they can then take home and fire in their kiln, they'll be like, whoa, pump the fucking brakes here. We're not starting a second business. We got to look at the tax laws on that. So,
Right.
yeah, now I, for one, also would be more than happy, so long as the fucking vacuum seals were all good and the carbs worked, I would happily smoke from a clay kiln-fired bong made by a fucking preschooler. I would. I love the encouraging the creativity of the youth in the future. This is the youth are our fucking future. And so if there's one thing they need to learn to do before they get to college, it's how to make a fucking bong. Am I right?
That's true. Well, I mean, you'll learn one way or the other once you get to college. That's for fucking sure.
Well, I for one would prefer that, like, when the college students are making their bongs, it's actually like homemade glass kilns out of a fucking disassembled microwave. That could be one thing. It could be a smelter, or it could be a fire hazard. Who knows? Yeah, you're already seeing the future. You're seeing like, oh my god,
I know.
Oh my god, this is the cutest fucking one-hitter little Jimmy ever fucking made me.
God damn it! No,
So-
I was trying to remember which famous comedian it was. They were talking about how weed is not a gateway drug. It doesn't lead to other drugs. Weed leads to carpentry. I wish I could remember who it was that said that. But I don't know, man. Stoners are industrious. They will.
What was that fucking
You know what I'm talking about. You've heard that bit.
Yeah. No, oh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking of Salvia Eric with his like, that's not what fucking weed leads to. Weed leads to enjoying the company of cats, fulfilling naps. Yes. This is exactly what it leads to.
That's
now,
about right.
I'm not saying we need to go handing out fucking weed cookies to all of our kids. Some of them might have an allergy. But other than that, I mean, like, why stifle a child's creativity? Especially, why stifle a child's ability to learn that their creativity while high is something that they will like cringe at and regret once they see what they have done.
Jables Boogly says, are we still watching anime this Tuesday? Super chats were paid. Yeah, I know. Everybody has to subject me to some anime.
Yeah, also, last Tuesday did get a little fucked up.
Yeah.
I'll take, you know what? I'm going to take full fucking responsibility for that not fucking happening. Because I was halfway convinced we were doing a gaming thing, then an anime thing, and then Two's like, I can't do gaming. And he's like, wait, I told you I'd do gaming. I'm sorry. And I'm like, don't worry, I forgot to. But, all right, let's make this a solid thing. I'm still relatively sober. Let's make this a thing. Tuesday, we will introduce Jeff to an anime chosen by the Discord.
Right. We're gonna have to get the moderators to like figure out a way to do a voting system.
JoJo.
No, let's put it up to like a straw poll or something on the Discord. Yeah, they can figure it out.
Yeah, it would be kind of unfair of me as one of the hosts of this show to influence the decision JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I will avoid doing that.
I will commit to 2 hours of anime watching with the Discord crew. And then if we can, then we should do some gaming on Tuesday. We should just be more active. We should hang out more.
You will need to do gaming after 2 hours of fucking anime. How do you think gaming happens?
Serenity Coochie says, thanks, Mecha, love you too. Jeff loved part 2 of inoculating against vax. What would it cost to have someone butt-fuck Andy Wakefield with an elephant cock? I put money towards that cause. I imagine it would involve something to do with mercenaries and black ops and a cargo plane. I don't know.
I'm just gonna
unless
say,
you have an elephant readily handily available.
Listen,
or something.
Jeff.
I don't know.
Listen, we can save this for later. We'll bring Chris Dangerfield into the call later. I'm sure he knows all about that shit.
Fair enough.
You spend enough time in Thailand, you learn a few tricks. That's all I'm saying.
Jables again says, I get high and build Lego structures with my nieces and nephews every time I visit them. That sounds fun. Leslie Maxwell, alright my loves, got an epic picture in my mind of a whole kindergarten class, all cotched and bobbing their heads to UB40 or Bob Marley. Oh. Yeah. Crab90, hashtag drugs for kids. Maybe this could solve the culture of violence. Probably not. Serenity Coochie, I feel gypped. College did not teach me how to make a bong. All I learned was fucking history. It was Dennis Leary who talked about weed and carpentry. Oh, it was Dennis Leary. It was. Yeah, good call. Nicely done.
Although I've never been able to build anything successfully stoned. Not a table or a chair or a career. Nothing. That all being the case.
I think everybody wants to do JoJo for anime night. God damn it. What the fuck is it?
I don't know where they'd get that idea. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is, why they'd want you to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure must be subliminal thing, I guess. But that being the case, though, also let's give a warm fucking thank you, shout out, and promotion to the goddamn pre-show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know if I put that in the description or not, but I will work on that here in just a minute. There is a show run by some of the Discord crew called the Lesser States of Discord, and every Sunday they do their show before we do ours. I'll put the link in the description. You guys should watch it. It's good. It's fun. They goof off and tackle some niche topics. A lot of it's just kind of Discord related stuff, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's our people. It's the actual Lesser Saints, and I mean, terrifying as that may be, the show must go on.
We got one more super chat from Gareth Green. What's up, Gareth? Good to see you, man. He says, is there any way either of you guys can make up with Andy Worski? Any at all? The whole mess makes me sad. I will give you my official answer on that. No. Moving on. So
I'll give my own answer too. I'm willing to have a civil private conversation with any man standing, regardless of their offense to me or their otherwise unfortunate ideas. But that being the case, go fuck himself.
So next up, blackface skit in China's New Year Gala sparks racism accusations. Shayna? Holy freaking fucking dog shit! I read Shanghai as Shayna.
Shanghai? Shayna, China? No, listen, I mean, I've been up inside Shayna before, and I'll tell you this much, after too much shrimp tempura, it gets a little embarrassing.
So, Shanghai, a skit on China's widely watched Lunar New Year Gala on state television featuring a Chinese actress made up to appear African, has provoked accusations of racism online. A scene from the popular show featured a Chinese actress dressed up to appear African. She's beautiful. The actress, Lu Naiming, appears on stage in colorful garb with her face and arms colored brown, carrying a fruit basket on her head and accompanied by someone costumed as a monkey. Oh boy. A black woman playing her daughter declares that she wants to study in China but is worried her mother will not agree. Lu replies, why wouldn't I agree? A Chinese volunteer medical team saved my life when I was young. Now Chinese kids are building a railroad for us. I love Chinese people. I love China. There's a lot to unpack in that. Railroad jokes. The internet lit up with...
There fucking is.
And the internet lit up with criticism after the show aired on Thursday night, the eve of Lunar New Year. Racial discrimination was so clear, wrote one microblogger. What the fucking shit is a microblogger? Whatever, anyway.
It's our source for fucking solid fucking hot takes is what it is, Jeffrey. Don't underestimate the value of the goddamn microblogger. It's a fucking Union Pacific fucking railroad right there, the fucking future.
Is this our nation propagating Chinese values? When white people discriminate against us, we are strongly dissatisfied. But now we are discriminating against Africans in such high profile. How shameful. That's another good picture there. China's foreign ministry did not immediately respond to a request on Friday from Reuters seeking comment on the racism allegations. On its Weibo microblog online information platform, Tutopia said, imagine if it was a white person in blackface saying in an exaggerated accent, I love America, and not being blasted by the whole world. Others declared the sketch, aired on the CCTV Spring Festival Gala, that traditionally drew hundreds of millions of viewers, an embarrassment.
Hundreds of millions of viewers by fucking rifle barrels, communist country.
Right. There's not really a whole lot that much more interesting in this. But look, I'm gonna try. I'll try and unpack this as best as I can. Like, look, it's very, very simple. China doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, and they're not going to give a fuck. I don't care how many gender studies courses you've taken in your life. I don't care how much you personally have tried to be your epic white savior fucking personality on Twitter. You want to be the Khaleesi to save the pitiful fucking slaves. I don't give a shit about any of that virtue signaling fucking dog shit. China doesn't fucking care. Even more so, even if China needed to care, what happens if, say, they have this story, it's all about an African woman and her African daughter, and they're talking about relations with China. If there's not a black actress or that is going to be there, them putting them in blackface for them, for their culture, is not seen as culturally insensitive. That's the thing that most people don't want to pay attention to. That's the thing that everybody gets this fucking stick up their asses. They believe that because our culture now has evolved into this hypersensitive fucking dog shit where we have to clutch our fucking pearls, we have to moan and faint at every perceived fucking microaggression, that means how the rest of the world should operate too. That's arrogant. That's arrogant as fuck. That's incredibly culturally fucking arrogant. You're basically saying that no matter what, your culture is superior. And granted, I do think America is the best country in the world. I don't think that necessarily the pretentious little, like, whiny, feely bullshit feelings of these college kids are a superior fucking culture to people just being like, hey, we're telling a story, this is a famous actress, we're gonna put her in blackface, who gives a fuck? Get off your fucking high horse, you piece of shit.
I'll say this much too. I do
happened?
look forward. I do really genuinely look forward to finding out how this whole situation plays into the "you cannot be racist against white people" fucking angle, right? If for nothing more than the fun thing to that, here we have one oppressed minority oppressing another by having just some kind of fucking fun. Now. We need to do this whole cultural fucking appropriation shit, this whole fucking outrage culture. Yeah, there's been a whole fucking slew of YouTube videos. This is an entire genre which unfortunately seems to have spawned cancer more aggressive than lymphoma, which took my fucking grandmother. But all the same, there is a culture which opposes this. But beyond this, the mainstream fucking understanding that this outrage culture needs to fucking die. If the fact that we cannot now say that we have a lot to learn from China cannot piss off the left and right in equal proportion by virtue of this simple fucking play, where the fuck are we as a society? How are we all grown-ups? Where are the fucking grown-ups? Yeah? Where are the adults who are supposed to be running things? Because I don't fucking seem to see any. All I see is a bunch of whinging fucking children who can't wait for another excuse to fan themselves, faint on a couch, or otherwise jump into a fucking video or a public talk at a university or a fucking live stream or whatever it might be, just to express their raw and untempered fucking outrage at something that has nothing to fucking do with them. Now, if the audience watching this play happened to get a sheer amount of joy out of it, and they actually found something worthwhile in the play, as long as it, and even if it was just some racial lampooning bullshit that the Chinese seem to happen to fucking enjoy, which, let's be honest, looking over these pictures, it looks fucking hokey. But even if that's the case, do you think Africa's biggest fucking problem is China having a laugh at their expense on stage? No, I think they have bigger fucking problems with that. So to the left, I would say, stop focusing on this insipid shit that you can't get off of and try focusing on the economic and geopolitical issues, which are actually raping the continent you claim to fucking stand for. Or alternately, just an idea here, understand that sometimes people like to just have some fun without having to worry about what some fucking college student in goddamn UC Berkeley is thinking about, or some fucking micro-blogger. Can we all please grow the fuck up? We've all come through this. We've all come through this long, dark fucking tunnel, looking at the light at the end, hoping that by the time we get through all of this identity politics bullshit with the posturing from the hard right and the hard left, all saying that culture is mine and I will keep it for my fucking people. Can we fucking finally get to that fucking point where we're all mature fucking adults? We can enjoy a bit of comedy, enjoy a bit of theater, without all of a sudden finding our fucking panties so far up in a twist that our goddamn assholes are lodged in our throats. It's a humble request. I offer it to the internet openly. This is not to the viewers here because you guys are smart enough to know how this fucking works, but for fuck's sake, I love the fact, I have never thought in my life though that I would see a Chinese woman in blackface blowing kisses to an awkward looking Chinese man.
I think she looks great. Anyway.
Well,
so,
of course you fucking do. You're like, oh my god, I can get two different rocks off at one time with this woman. Tell me she's got a dick. I'm going for a hat trick.
Crab90 says, I recommend the anime RWBY from Rooster Teeth. Fair enough, okay. Alma says, my mom is catching her first episode, live no less. Shout out to my mom. Hey, what's up, Alma's mom? What's going on?
Hey, Alma's mom.
Serena Kuchi says, so wait, other cultures don't share our culture? No, well, I'd say most cultures probably do share a lot of American culture, music, movies, that sort of thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to become our culture. They can. It'd be nice if they took only the best parts and
that's kind of what China does too, let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, in the grand fucking history of China, one thing I love about that fucking culture is that, if you look over its broader history, everyone these days likes to look and say, oh, they're fucking communist. And they are pretty repressive and pretty fucking communist, and their human rights record is not necessarily the most sterling.
Sure.
But at the same time, the culture of China itself, after it was fucking unified, and even, well, I mean, it still had problems after that. But China has had this thing throughout its history wherein, like, foreign influences, outside influences, or even new influences from within would rise up and all of a sudden take over and repressively fucking dictate this is what the order is. And the Chinese are like, all right, cool, we'll be cool with this for a couple decades or a couple fucking generations until we just turn back into the what the fuck we were before you got here, which is fucking China. China's got no interest in fucking dominating the world. There will be no fucking wars outside of trade wars with China, most likely. Because China's not interested in much of anything outside of its borders, perhaps Taiwan and some African oil fields. But hats off to China for putting a state-run show with blackface on it. What the fuck?
Dragon of the West says, don't you know, guys, according to SJWs, Asians have privilege and may or may not be on the same level as white people depending on the situation. Well, I think that really depends on how you frame the context. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's get real in. We got to get high. I think I'm real in here.
Yeah, we got to get high. And think I'm real in here. I'm all out of weed, so I'm like just really grasping at straws in that regard.
Shit, why can't I ever fucking find him on Skype? I swear to Christ.
He's secret. He's very secret, Jeff. He does not want to be found.
Okay. So this is what it's
I still got that picture when he had the hair.
Yep. Sure does. Yeah. And there we go. What's going on, man? Good to see you again.
What is this? Who are you people?
Why are you in my room?
Why
are you in my room?
Here I am saying, like, I'm out of weed, and I'm like, oh, that's where it all fucking went.
I'm sitting here editing video, and all of a sudden these two mildly attractive older men just appear on my screen, and I'm just I'm not sure what's happening. This is sort of an invasion of privacy.
I'm talking about a low point, so that like that fucking sideways fucking compliment, it's well appreciated.
You know what? I think I just figured out is that you guys are FBI, right? This is FBI. Is that what this is? NSA, FBI, globalists. You're Jewish. Both of you are Jewish. Okay,
no,
that's how you got.
He's a Jew. I'm a contractor. I'm like total mercenary.
Between the two of us, it's like 25-ish% Jew, but that's still enough to like to make for a Mossad contract. So,
are you guys like conditionally Jewish?
Conditionally. It's like, well, what is this? Is this one of the things like I'm Jewish right up until you show me a fucking bacon cheeseburger?
I'm probationally Jewish.
Probationally Jewish. Okay. Yeah. When do you get off? When is it finally lived?
Tip of his dick off. That's when.
You got that extra skin hanging around? Okay.
Well, see, that's a great thing too. The whole perpetuation of the notion of Jewish circumcision being the chopping off the tip of the dick. That was something we perpetuated just in the hopes that white people would chop the actual mushroom tip off just to see what happened. Like, does it still work? Goyim? Does it?
I don't know. I mean, well, let me.
Oh my God!
Give it a shot here. Let's
all right. Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, here on the YouTube Saints, this our 48th episode. We have actually solved the never-ending internet question as to whether or not I think I'm really circumcised. Now we know he's going to do it by himself with a fucking gas station knife, apparently.
That YouTube Saints Pain Olympics, baby. Let's go. Let's do this.
No, listen, you're no different than, I think if you actually stab yourself in the dick enough times, you officially become a rabbi, so.
Oh, that's easy. That's good. Why am I going to college? This is insane.
Yeah, no, you can make a fucking fantastic living shilling for the ADL.
Way more money in being a rabbi too.
Oh my goodness. Even trade school isn't that good of a deal. Holy crap.
Well, I mean, you could do the thing that other Jew did and try and be a carpenter and then fail so bad you had to just divert to being the savior of mankind. But
And your friend sells you out for $750?
Hey, listen, I mean, if you're not a Jew and you don't have friends sell you out for $750, what's the point of even saying in a sitting Shiva?
What's up, guys? It's good to see you again.
You
Yeah, it's
too,
good
bud.
to see you too, man. You've been busy like a motherfucker. You've been putting out content like crazy.
Oh, just 2 videos a week, man. Just trying to keep it consistent. That's all I can offer because I haven't been blessed with the approval of the algorithm, man. Like none of my videos get a lot of views. I get like, oh hey, this one got 17,000. Oh, this one got 22,000. That's really nice. But then I've got people that like a couple of my friends that do YouTube that have like, oh yeah, and I was just I uploaded this video of myself just cutting my dick off with a gas station knife, and I got 250,000 views. And it's like that's incredible. Like how do I do that? So it's been like a slow and very steady trajectory. But yeah, I'm up to like 12.4, I think, 12.4 thousand,
Yeah.
which is about 3 times as much as I had when I was the undersubbed of the week so many months ago. I had like 4,000 subs, so it's been good. It's been good.
So what you're saying is this exponential growth that you've enjoyed and experienced is all due to the YouTube Saints Undersubbed of the Week category. I am so happy to fucking I will talk over you.
I actually had a net loss of about 36 subscribers after I was recommended here. So fuck you guys.
Wow, it was like there's some prescient motherfuckers out there apparently.
Yeah, as soon as like I was on the show, I think a bunch of people like my Patreon page was taken down. SWAT team came to my doorstep. It's like, oh yeah, it was a mess. I shouldn't even be on here right now, but
Like
maybe
weirdest
like
fucking
cops.
thing. Like the government was trying to deport me, but I was fucking born here, and yeah. They're like, well, I don't know, son. That hair looks kind of queer, so I mean, we can only send you back to Ecuador, and that's the best we can do. How's that sound?
yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of my hair, I mean, look how different I look from now.
I know
compared-
what the fuck. I mean, let's. I mean, you know what? I will take your fucking. I will honestly. I will take your surrender here. Like after the last show we had. After the last fucking show we had, there can be no. I mean, like yeah, Fantano got the best teeth in the game. That one janitor, go fuck yourself. There is only one fucking best hair in the fucking YouTube game right now. Yeah?
True. I totally agree, but I think that
Oh, shut up! I need to languish in this fucking moment for a minute.
well, I'm out of the competition. I've been disqualified. I've got nothing left. But I definitely look. I don't know. I think I look a little better. I think I got a few handsome points. So who really won, Nick? Who really?
Justin Wang.
Justin Wang always wins, man.
Boy.
Justin Wang
that
always
fucking-
wins.
That boy's gonna have
How
a
does he do
fuck.
that
That
shit
boy's
with the mustache?
yeah. Well, that boy's gonna be clean shaven with a fucking high and tight after the next time he's on this goddamn show.
Yeah, right. And then also have a net loss of 36 subscribers on his channel.
Yeah, lost 36 subscribers, and just like you sick, like 2 months from now, you'll be twice as many as I have.
Did I
You know, maybe.
still have dreads the
Do I
last time you were on?
Who, me?
Yeah, the last time you were on, did I still have dreads?
'Cause Nick was on a few days ago, so I don't know what you would be asking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah, I think you saw dreads. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff likes to pretend he's still in the competition
Oh, I don't care.
Mm.
I don't
with
give a shit.
dreadlocks.
I don't give a shit about anything, man. I just don't give a fuck about like anything. I'm just.
I can tell by the coat.
Dude, I know, like this fucking like gnarly ass thrift store fucking furry coat and shit, man. I just don't give a shit. But I mean, like that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love it. I've been watching your channel obsessively. Like your last video that you did on Molyneux was so fucking savage. It was fucking great. And I swear to, like, the thing that drives me crazy these days is, you know, when somebody really goes in on somebody and really tackles not only just like who they are, but also their ideas, and they do it with such like reckless abandon of like, no, actually, you know what, fuck you, fuck you. That resonates with me so well, and I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I there was a time when I like suppressed a really big part of my personality because I really wanted to be like Romy Millennial with a penis. And
Everybody
that,
wants
I
Romy
think, was
Millennial to be Romy Millennial with a penis.
I was really hoping for a joke like that. So thank you for delivering.
Wasn't
I
even
wanted to-
written. That's fucking improv, boy.
I wanted to be you know, like calm and collected, and I wanted to be thoughtful and respectful at all times. But that's not who I am. At least that's not like every component of who I am, because I can be that very like brainy, cerebral person, but I also have a really aggressive, abrasive personality, and I'm happy to be that way. So I'm trying to find a healthy balance where, like, yes, I'm still being honest intellectually and I'm still being genuine about my message, but I'm also letting my personality come forward and really like let my emotion drive the message, because I feel like people resonate with that a lot more. I mean, you know, we're not robots, right? Like, it'll work for Teal Deer, it's not going to work for me. So
Right. Yeah. No, there's an essential component of passion to the human experience. And when you get strong emotions, and I mean, there's not really such a thing as a unstrong emotion when you're talking on the internet about an issue. Like, it's always going to be a strong emotion. I find it exceedingly fake when people either have to like crank it to an 11 or they like dwindle it down to nothingness for the sake of the conversation. Like, I like speaking just as plainly as possible. It's great to be witty. It's great to be fucking sharp. But it's another thing, and it's even almost more self-satisfying than it is necessarily effective to just simply say what you mean and say what you feel, to not have to have those like bumper lanes of conversation. You're like, actually, no, you know, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. That's an ad hominem.
also
No, it's not. It's an insult.
These are very, very clearly why, but fuck you.
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah.
Listen, after all of these very carefully cited studies that I cannot show you because I have academic privilege, I would like to say, go fuck yourselves.
That was a really good PJW, dude. Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
I was going for Teal Deer, but apparently every pretentious twat from England sounds the same.
Take loss.
I'm just here. I'm just here for the savagery. I've got nothing else to offer.
I think you have a budding career in Paul Joseph Watson impersonation.
I think I have. Well, I mean, that's pretty much like about the only fucking thing that fucking works these days, doesn't it? It's a funny thing though. I mean, all right. So like you've talked about like you've recently made sort of a pivot in your style and presentation, right? Now that was a conscious thing, I'm guessing. Yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
In it, before you actually rolled it out, yeah, was there any fucking trepidation, you think? I mean, because there's one thing, if there's one thing we've seen, especially with the whole fucking with the modern sort of culture of the fucking internet, which is like, you're not gonna do the same shit you've done forever. Well, well, fuck you, faggot.
Well, I usually get that last part, but you know.
Yeah, well, there's there's loads of that. I mean, did you have any trepidation about actually sort of changing course in a sense when you were doing it?
No, I think that when I decided to become Mouthy Buddha for a few weeks.
Hold on.
Oh my God, Jeff got hit by a fucking truck on the way outside.
I got an issue. I've been listening, and it's been very interesting, guys. Someone was talking about best hair in the game, and I want to recount. Because
I mean, we'd be happy to examine yours, but you have to bring the rest of it.
Yeah. No, you know what?
Long doesn't mean best, by the way. Long hair means I gave up.
Yeah, no,
right?
Pat. Pat, looking at the way that shit sits in your head, do that like 6 times straight without slicing your fucking fingers open by virtue of them crusties from all that gel. Yeah. Oh, are you a pomade man? Are we getting into the old brother where art thou thing? Like, I'm not a goddamn.
I'm a dapper Dan man.
I ain't a fuck man, goddamn it! I'm a dapper Dan man.
I think Long might be better, guys. We have to consider the facts. They don't care about your feelings. We have to be hair realists here. Please don't cuck out.
If you're gonna,
you gotta be realistic.
Why? Because you use conditioner. You're better than us.
here's the thing is like
there are behavioral differences. We can measure behavioral differences between people that use conditioner and people who don't. So we really have to separate these groups of people, because people that have been using conditioners, they built the West. They built the West. So we have to have that designation. We have to have the conditioned people here and the non-conditioned people here, and then people that use half and half can maybe have an island somewhere in the Pacific. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
I think they're soft.
What I would add to it is that basically the effect is pomade is was developed by the Negro, which is why it is an inferior hair product. Now I am not opposed to grabbing the gelled hair of a mentally deficient person when they are perhaps bent over in front of me without their mental consent. But all the same, I would say that long hair is vastly superior. The entire empires of Rome and Greece were built not by men with long hair, but by men who wished they had long hair. And this is why blacks consistently are criminals.
Ooh,
wait,
shit.
Wait. Sorry, I kind of lost the plot there for a second. It's almost like I was talking at
Nick goes on a rant and we just kind of sit there and just
retard.
I'm back to reality at the end.
That was amazing. That was incredible. Hey, Batney's in the chat.
I was just trying to make fun of that one fucking racist fucking French guy who studied the ocean. What was his name?
Oh, Jacques Cousteau. That's right.
Yeah, Jean-Francois Cousteau. Yeah, that
motherfucker. Like that super chat.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen, honestly, like, you guys, here's the thing. I'm going to lay this out for the Saints audience, and especially I've never seen that name before. I don't know what the fuck that is.
No,
but I would goddamn say, if we need 50 shots, $50 for Jeff to take a death shot, by the way, $50 gets Jeff to take a death shot. He might have to split it with Sophane via his mouth, like baby bird feeding him. But all of a sudden, Jeff's looking at him like, oh, man, I wouldn't mind a death shot now. But no, the same though. Yeah, if you guys think $2 is gonna get two of them to make out on camera for you, when it takes $50 for him to drink out of a bottle of fucking turpentine,
it's $100 for Aaron, Sophane, and I to rub balls when we scissor. I'm not going in that cheap. I'm not gonna show up here and get wooed by you guys.
By the way, speaking of Pat Sophane touching balls while they scissor, make sure to tune in to I guess Pornhub the Well. I don't know what the fuck you guys are calling that show. You gotta
Pornhub the Well.
That sounds fucking dirty.
It's poisoning the hub.
Yeah,
poisoning the hub.
Poisoning the hub. I swear to Christ, Pat, I will stab you if you get there before we do.
That's fantastic. Well, what was your last video like? Bearded blonde gets like reamed by bad hair. Like, how would you title a Pornhub the Well? Like, how would you do that?
Oh boy.
Something with fisting.
I am so glad that
turning
on my side.
I'm causing so many problems. I'm sorry. Oh god.
It's like, no, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I will bend the knee and say you won the hair game, sir. Now it's time to make fun of Fat Pat. And I'm like, hey, you know what, Real? This is my favorite fucking hobby. So let's
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh shit.
Okay,
oh!
Okay.
Oh boy.
Wait, what did you sign me up for? I had nothing to do with this.
Oh boy.
You sat down in the chair, bud. You sat down in the chair, and right now, like, Jeff's peeking eyes behind you in front of that fucking green screen. The audience fucking demands it.
What was that? What the
Jesus Christ. That one started the asshole move forward, didn't it?
That's the sound of Nick's insides dying.
This is fucking.
That's
flatulence fucking rising.
That's the sound of my fucking internal monologue. Thank you very much. For any of you who know anything about theater or comedy, Pat, I'm looking at you.
Fucking super Kamehameha Kaioken times 20 burp over here.
Yeah, my entire internal monologue is nothing more than Rick Sanchez getting to the fucking emphasis.
It's like your ancestors helped you with that one.
It's like my ancestors, how my fucking gut bacteria decided chemical reactions ought to express a thought.
Listen,
God.
I'm gonna burn through a couple of these real fast so we can get caught up because we are gonna have to do an unfortunate thing. So Dragon West says lucky China didn't claim copyright for blackface. That's true. Jables Boogly says, just so Nick knows, my beer of the night is an IPA called Trickster from the Black Raven Brewing Company. Gareth says, I apologize for broaching such a painful subject like that. I guess I don't understand all the details of #KillCrowdgate, as I call it. Actually, I am mildly autistic as it happens. On a cheerful note, what's your opinion of Jordan Peterson? Dude, honestly, man, don't worry about any sensitive subjects like that. None of us are going to take it personally. It's totally fine. It's just part of internet culture. But Jordan Peterson, like, so from the panel, what do you guys think about Jordan Peterson?
Oh, he's the smartest stupid guy I've ever known in my life, and this is because he's an incredibly intelligent man, but he's like one of those people that speaks down to the public by the nature of being so intelligent and says things that alienate himself because he's so like brainy and smart. It's like, bro, you gotta figure out how to talk like a layman. You gotta figure out how to speak with the rest of us, because there was a moment that nobody brought up in a Kathy Newman interview where he literally does say, by like the way that sentences are structured, that women are not intelligent. And he says, oh no, that's not what I said. And otherwise, like 99% of that interview was him wiping the floor with that woman. But just the way that the sentence was structured, she did catch him. And it's just because he doesn't catch little shit like that. He never catches little shit like that. And he poses these questions that laymen's are not going to want to entertain. Like, he can sit back and talk about really crazy shit, and he can handle that, and he can entertain those thoughts, but other people can't. So it's like, bro, you gotta also play the media game if you're going to come out here in public and talk about stuff, because the fact of the matter is that what you say will be misconstrued. So you have to be a lot more tactful than you're being, or else you're going to be taken out of context constantly. People are going to try to get gotcha.
You're loading the cannon for to be used for taken out of context, and I mean, really, anytime you do anything public, you gotta get a speechwriter or some shit. Like,
absolutely. And he kind of just like rides on his intellect, which is, you know what, if I were a betting man and if I were Jordan Peterson, I would also ride on my intellect as well. But the fact of the matter is that it's not enough, and he has been getting reamed in the public opinion because he's just not being careful enough. He has a lot less tact than he thinks, and that's like my opinion of Jordan Peterson.
Interesting. Yeah.
Pat, you go next, because I'm technically the co-host, even though you're sitting shoulder to shoulder with my fucking work wifey. So, by the way, Jeff,
is that what's going on?
You might want to shift over and readjust the.
You can't.
Oh, all right. Well, then just rest your head on his shoulder, and let Pat explain his thoughts about Jordan Peterson in a kindly way.
That's some gay shit, dog.
Look, it's been a long week, and I've been drinking a lot.
Anything
apparently
can
I'm supposed to be
happen.
drinking
His
more
ass
now.
already
Oh
hurt.
no,
so.
we're about to get to that.
I don't know enough about Jordan Peterson. Honestly, just I've checked off of the internet in the last 2 months, but I did appreciate the dumbest smart person. I think was that. But which is honestly such a good statement. I think you can say about a lot of people, particularly in our genre. It's the dumbest smart person, because unable to step outside the box and look at yourself. I don't know, lack of being self-aware. I think is what the biggest problem is.
Oh yeah.
But that's with anybody that has any sort of public persona.
Yeah, as soon as you start getting like any kind of fame and whatnot, your ability for self-objectivity kind of goes out the fucking window.
I always compare it to make me look old. Rush Limbaugh. Rush
that?
Limbaugh was very smart when he started, but then got so up his own ass that
Is
it's
that from,
like
like,
he
the
didn't hear
60s?
the shit he said.
It's from like 1960, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's before my time.
I'm about to say, I was like, I'm gonna make some political analyst reference that everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's still around.
Was Abraham Lincoln president?
I just stopped listening, I guess.
I just remember that time Jefferson Douglas one time said something I agreed with.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was thinking like, well, goddamn, I need to turn into Hannity now.
I mean, I know that I'm a younger guy, but how did you guys feel about Woodrow Wilson?
Oh man, overrated.
I'm gonna ride this
kids.
train until it leaves me behind. I'm gonna ride it.
I will say, I mean, I'll say
from
from
my
my
guy.
I was always the young guy too.
What happened?
When we
and
got
now
old.
now you guys are competing for old guy.
Yeah, it's the inevitability of
That's
time.
why I
Someday,
hang out with Sophane, because he's
some
old.
young asshole. some young asshole is gonna do this to me someday.
Oh.
It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. So in the meantime,
I won't be
Oh,
alive
no,
by the time that happens. But yeah,
God damn real. Honestly, you say someday. You know what's gonna happen tomorrow? Some 15-year-old's gonna, his parents gonna give him a fucking YouTube channel, and all of a sudden he's gonna be like, this fucking twink here. Oh, well, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, does he? No, let me tell you why Jordan Peterson is the fucking man, and he's no one's fucking idiot. Yeah.
Race is real, and race is real, and I think
race,
real is a twink.
Race is real, and you know what, guys? Like, you know, I'm not even gonna fucking make videos anymore. No, I'm just gonna host radio shows now. It's good. It's fucking welcome to the Race is Real podcast.
It's not even on the radio.
Now I'll say this, and I'm actually curious to hear your guys' take on this. I think Jordan Peterson is largely suffering from what I've come to regard as the Richard Dawkins syndrome.
Another old person.
Yep.
Old person, not good at speaking to the public, not really good at articulating his shit, right? Very smart, probably brilliant in lectures, and I've watched a number. Like, I've actually taken more to watching his lectures. Like, I don't watch his appearances on YouTube shows and fucking talk shows and all this bullshit. I like watching his lectures because that's where what he wants to express really comes through.
I like
because he's not
I like it when he reads mean comments on his channel.
That's
do
fun.
that?
Yeah, he does that.
Fucking like 15-year-old makeup artists on YouTube do that. What the hell is he doing?
It's almost like he's
so
trying.
funny.
It's almost like he figured out how much money he can make on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's so funny. I mean, he doesn't know how to do it. He actually has like his aides, you know, his students will like set him up with a camera.
He has
and shit.
AIDS.
Yeah, Richard Dawkins has AIDS.
I was gonna say my aides do nothing.
You heard that here first, everybody.
I need to figure out how to get the fucking aides to read tweets to me.
Post on YouTube saying.
Got it in my ears now. Got hearing aids.
Listen, like, Jeff, guys, you need to keep in mind the game of fucking Chinese fire drill, or the fucking, you know, the game of telephone that'll come about as a result of this, because all of a sudden it'll come out that listening to Jordan Peterson gives you AIDS. So
hearing aids.
Well, you know, like to be fair, you know, there's obviously something good to be garnered from you know, such an intelligent guy. I'm sure, like, he's definitely affected a lot of people's lives in ways that I never will.
Let's consider the absence of Christopher Hitchens, right? What did the Christopher Hitchens fans look to in his absence? They looked to Sam Harris and they looked to Richard Dawkins. Now, Sam Harris is a really great way to drift into a nap, and Richard Dawkins. I mean, for fuck's sake, I remember a campaign where I was on the road constantly, and all I had to keep me company was fucking audiobooks. And I listened to Richard Dawkins narrate the fucking God delusion. As much as I fucking loved the concept of well-refined and well-defined atheism, that did not fucking do it for me. The problem is that Christopher Hitchens, as you said, right? Like, Peterson lacks that ability to speak to the common man. Okay. Now, Hitchens, even in his fucking eloquence, could say things that everyone understood. Everyone could find some level of understanding with. Even if they fucking hated him, they understood what he was saying enough to fucking hate him. Now, Peterson lacks that. Peterson is an academic. Peterson's entire thing is basically like poring over the concepts and ideas offered by previous intellectuals and those which have been refined and distilled through his own understanding, to present his students and to present those that he's speaking directly with one-on-one or in a group in a room where he can take questions afterwards, to a point where that's where he gets that through. But if you look back to even his defense of his, as eloquent and articulate and thorough as it was, his defense of his refusal to use the whole pronoun game, you continually can find, at least if you're looking from a sort of public relations perspective, to see all of these glaring fucking gaps, all of these moments in which he could have said one thing which would have basically answered the fucking question, but didn't. And it didn't because he really wanted to go more into the shit. He's more interested in the ideas. And this is a guy I respect him immensely, but I don't respect his overall perspective. I mean, the guy's a fucking godfather, for one thing, and any guy who decides that he's going to compare the fucking story of, you know, Adam and Eve to Pinocchio,
he sounds a lot like Kermit.
He really fucking does, yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, and the funniest thing too is he tries like constantly comparing the biblical paradigms to Disney cartoons.
Does he actually do that?
Yes, he fucking does. I mean, like, he's like, oh, well, the thing is that in Pinocchio, and this isn't me, like, making fun of him, this is paraphrasing him, the blue fairy represents truth, and you cannot escape truth, and truth comes back to you and says, I understand you have lied, and now your father is gone from his house, and I cannot help you anymore. It's like, what the fuck? Why did you have to go to fucking Pinocchio, dude? Can you not just explain?
What were you gonna say? Saying? What were you gonna say about it, Jordan?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Wait, real?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Well, I think that there's something to the conversation about like the social utility of religion, and this is very unpopular amongst a lot of my anti-theist friends. But I'm very interested in pragmatic philosophy. I don't entirely or prescribe to it 100% of the time. Where it's like the idea is like if it works, it's true. That obviously is not like that to me is not enough. But I am interested in the idea of like social utility. And obviously religion does offer social utility, usually on a communal level. It's there. It has driven some of the most beautiful art. I am a professional Baroque classical guitarist. Just yesterday I got paid to play at a like a academic reception or something, and I'm playing fucking his Lute Suite in A minor.
Before we go any further on this, I have to ask, Real, do you have original music you can offer us for the opening to this show?
I have a one recorded song for my band. We're called Catch and Release. We have one song out. We're gonna have another song coming out in like a couple of weeks. We're like a alternative rock band. And
this guy's making me hate him even more. These young kids they're fucking awesome and shit, and I'm just a grumpy old guy on the computer.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way there. Don't worry. This is all gonna end. I'm gonna turn like 25, and then
he'll turn into me in no fucking time. Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm gonna start talking like this all the time and things like that. So
you'll become Nick,
which is my impression of you.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Wow.
I'm on no side. I'm on no sides.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, the only other time I've heard an impression done of me, it was lackluster. It was lacking feeling. That seems no, that yeah. You don't. Oh,
all right. So my opinion of Jordan Peterson is he's okay. So Little's Velo Stall says Jeff and Pat kiss now. Gotcha. Nonsensical Mecha, deal with it. You have AIDS now. Nonsensical Mecha says, had a thought earlier today. All the Bloodsports needs is some Slaneshi Psychers and the Salamander chapter to purge the heresy. Fair enough. Rhino says, death shot for Pat. And then Jable says, I would like all my previous super chats to go to death shot. So we have to take a death shot. I need you to grab me. What? There's a bottle over there.
Oh, Real. Real? Have you seen this yet?
What? I don't think I have, man.
Get ready. This is going to get. This shit's gonna get.
Taking a real shot. See, I don't really drink, so you know.
Oh no, that doesn't look good.
Funnier for you.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's 190.
192 proof, 96% alcohol. It's Spiritus Zbigniew. If you're new to the channel,
that's just. Is that to run my car? That is not.
This shit's flammable.
It even says flammable on it.
Wrong camera.
No.
Oh wait,
I have two cameras.
Right. You're on a different camera.
But the nice part about this is we don't have to do actual like shots. We only do like these little tiny baby shots. But these are...
just like put a rag, right, like, and like just and that's good.
My wife's in the other room.
What is this? Oh, okay.
Good.
Hey,
yes,
is that Mems?
That is Mems.
Oh, hey, tell her I said hello. I'm a big fan.
Real says hi, and he's a big fan.
He's... the shot glass is green.
Hey, hi.
So our wives are playing Tablero while we're doing
they're playing a drinking game in there, and somehow
you lost.
Oh yeah, no, we got to do death
and
shots.
This is why we need the conditioner because what you have is when you have non-conditioner people in sort of groups, you have these degenerate behaviors. We need to separate that from conditioner people.
You have been spending way too much time watching them to make fun of them. Really.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, you're like listening to Vadim like riff about Christianity.
Did you say I swear to God? I swear to God.
Way more.
Like white as well, yeah.
Give me a little.
I swear to Gronk.
Yeah.
There we go. Stranger in a strange land. I'm well read.
All right, do it. Do it. Oh, just throw your lives away. Just throw them away.
Oh no! I love how the man from Georgia is like, Meanwhile,
this-
the West Coaster is literally fanning himself.
You don't drink it. It just goes straight through your tongue.
Your tongue is gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of the great philosophers of our time, everything culminating to this moment.
Yes. Yep. The entire history of mankind, all of our art,
I can
literature,
feel it.
philosophy, and understanding of ourselves is culminated
it in my
in
soul.
you guys giving us yet another $100 so that these two men can suffer together.
You know what Jeff kind of looks like? Like, have you ever been to a Toys R Us and like the 3-year-old really, really wants that Star Wars doll?
Yeah.
But single mom can't afford it because daddy left her 2 years ago and it's just too much money, but she's trying to make that kid happy because
Dude, listen, you are old enough to buy your own Chewbacca figure. What? All right, real? Come on.
You're 4 years old now.
You can get that goddamn Chewbacca figure on fucking eBay now. Let it move on. Move on, brother.
I'm so sorry. But it's nice that I didn't have to do that one all by myself.
Why would you keep that around?
Because if I throw
It's
it
for
away, they'll
self-defense.
Yeah.
It's for home protection.
Somebody breaks into the house, you just take a big old swig of that and you're like, blow it in their eyes and they're blind.
You just offer it to them and they'll die.
It's
He's got it in the fucking. He doesn't even keeps all his guns in a fucking locker. He keeps a spray bottle of this shit in his bedstand. Like Prowler.
Gotcha, fucker. But that is.
Whoa! What the fuck was that supposed to be? Well,
awful.
you'll see in a second.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, put that
it's
shit
some bad
put that shit in a spray bottle and just like whenever somebody comes into your home, just and
spray
then
it in their eyes and shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Welcome
That's
to my
intense.
home.
By the
getting
way,
hot in here? Jesus
we haven't mentioned this. Jeff and I may or may not have discussed this, but for a
It's nipple show, guys.
for a $15,000 Streamlabs donation, one of us will mainline that shit.
No.
No.
I said,
then you only get to
I'm not
enjoy the
putting
money
you on
because
the
you're
fucking
dead.
spot.
Yeah. No.
What is the biggest super chat of all time? Like what has been the single most big largest super chat donation in the history of YouTube? What do you think?
In the history of YouTube, I have no idea about YouTube. The biggest one I ever got was $600.
Jesus
Who
Christ.
did you blow?
Biggest one I'm fucking hoping for is fucking $150,000 to fucking maybe like quadruple the economy of Venezuela.
All right. Oh yeah.
I know plenty of. I know some South Americans, and you got to be careful though when you're giving super chat. South Americans, some of them Brazilians, and they think they can get one on you. They're like, I'm Venezuelan, and I need help. Like, why are you speaking Portuguese?
See if they don't have conditioner in Venezuela.
Milady Cleric says, I have nothing constructive to add, so take my money. Jables Boogly says, the people that can't afford super chat want Jeff and Pat to kiss. I just kissed him, it's fine. Tony Cucci says, real, it's because Layman's busy with his traps. Oh. The Cat Cadaver said, I would also very much like to see Jeff and Pat kiss. I bet you would. Ooh, hey.
They exchanged kisses there.
Hey, that's
Look at
worth
that.
money.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what?
Pick
Okay, so,
that shit up
Well,
and put it on
let me tell you
fucking
something.
eBay.
After that death shot, the probie officer is gonna be real pissed with you, dude.
I mean, Repsion sells the socks. I sell my skin flakes and my toenail clippings. Like, it's a thing. Whatever. There's a
Wait, Repsion sells his socks?
Didn't know that?
Is that for
And his
real?
underwear.
He sells his socks and his underwear.
I have a wish list.
That is the most embarrassing, disgusting shit I have ever heard in my life.
He makes
Welcome
money
to making a living on the
Genius.
fucking internet.
And he doesn't even have like the added benefit of, I don't know, being like an attractive woman. Like that I can
Well,
see
that's-
because there are
that's
people out there that
sexist.
are
That's debatable too. That's debatable.
He's adorable.
oh, he's an attractive, woman.
Some people like the smell of gamer nut sweat.
I've been selling my wife's underwear for years.
Yeah. I mean, if Repsion put on like a little bit of makeup and like a kind of a slutty little black dress, like I'd fuck him.
He would look
He'd become an Isian, yeah.
he would look like the like the service representative, like the attendant in the Monsters Inc. movie.
Well, no,
that, like,
here's the thing. Is like when you listen. There's one guaranteed fucking thing in this world. There ain't much we can be sure of, but it's that when you put foundation on a 15-year-old, you get an Isian.
oh,
We can all agree
Onision.
on that.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said something different.
Was I saying it in a fucking accent?
Yeah, I think you're talking in one of the southern accents.
I like it when all of a sudden he gets twangy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't know how to do it.
When I get drunk and I'm in a mood, I do get fucking twangy. There is no greater fucking accent. There is, I mean, you're from this fucking South. There is no greater fucking accent in the world to express anger and rage in than a Southern fucking accent. Doesn't matter where it's from. There is no, it's like, bless your heart, I will cut that fucking thing out your fucking chest and let God bless it himself. You know, it's,
see, in my mind, the South doesn't exist. I've never been, you know, like I think that the border of California is where the world drops off. That's like the flat Earth. In my mind,
I don't understand. California
not real.
Drop off. That's how it's gonna work. Y'all had an earthquake the other day. Just trying to shimmy its way loose. And then y'all can finally have Bernie for yourself.
God, no, thank you. I'm okay. I think we'll be just fine.
Spectacular Wanderer says, better check on Fane, Pat. Twitter is getting bad.
Yeah, look, like I said, I have not been, last couple months I've been so busy, I've not checked in on the internet machine as much. I've not been watching many videos like I normally do, and I have been, I show up on Twitter just to make jokes, but apparently everyone on Twitter has lost their goddamn mind. You're included.
I know. Oh, I know.
I checked it the other day, and all of a sudden I'm like, it's a shit storm in here. Good God.
I'm really good at that, though. I'm really good at making a shitstorm. Like, I can...
Well, especially after they give you more than 140 characters, now it's just so easy.
Oh, dude, like, with 35 seconds worth of work, I can live in somebody's head for, like, 8 hours worth of a stream. It's amazing.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Fuck
Jeff.
that. I'm gonna be irresponsible. Nice. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
of course.
Alright, so anyway, next up we have, Garrett says, have any of you guys ever read Camille Paglia? I have read Camille Paglia.
I think I've read Camille Paglia.
So
I am reading Vamps and Tramps alongside The Idiot by Dostoevsky, so I might come out with a really fucked up idea about the way that both of those books were supposed to come out, but...
No, Camille is interesting because when I first started like moving into making some like anti-SJW content, there was a few different things. Oh yeah, by all means, a few different things that she wrote that I was like, man, I got like super angry and pissy. But when I stopped and like read some of her shit through an objective lens, I thought she was great. I thought she was really interesting.
I'll say honestly, I think Camille Paglia is always going to have a special fucking place in my heart because in the midst of a fucking whole several months worth of tumult, let's say, a whole bunch of bullshit I was having to fucking go through, I get invited to a libertarian anarchist party in a speakeasy here in Manchester, secret little place, fucking anarchist, pathetic, bizarre fucking anarchist bookshop thing. No fucking, like, you need a fucking membership to get in, and then you need a membership to get downstairs and all that shit. Wonderful fucking bar.
Sounds pretty fucking lame, dude.
It's like a sex club.
It's like a hipster sex club, yeah.
It was like a hipster sex club. No one was fucking, but everybody had weed, so kind of leveled out. Not really. But all that same though it was funny because like leaving that place one time, I'm leaving that place with a copy of Camille Paglia's Vamps and Tramps, as well as a book by David Sedaris in my hand, and I realized to myself, what is it that a writer at the turn of the century ought to be able to say that he did, if nothing else, than leaving a fucking anarchist speakeasy with a copy of Camille Paglia's book on his way to a goddamn hippie party where he's possibly going to eat a whole bunch of MDMA, smoke a bunch of weed, and then not know what happened for the next 3 days. Now, if there is one thing that a writer needs to be doing at the turn of a given century, as we are in this time, even though it's 18 years past that turn, I would say that is a goddamn fine way to spend it. So, Camille Paglia, I raise my fucking glass and my pinky to you.
What about you, real?
Holy shit, we ain't fucking hacked in any goddamn memes, have we, Jeff? Fucking pinkies up. Fucker.
What about you, real? Are you familiar with Paglia?
I think I read a Twitter thread from her once.
I'm trying to remember, like, was it
as far as I've gone.
That's all I got.
Was it Paglia?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Was it Paglia or Bindle who was like cracking jokes about like a men's concentration camp? I think that was Bindle.
That was like a frat club.
I think that I think that was...
Yeah, you put a bunch of guys in a camp and it's just gonna be crisp high fives and volleyball.
Yeah. I think that one was Julie Bindle. Because oh yeah, you know what? I just realized I had this like cool graphic when Pat was supposed to come on. It was supposed to be like, holy shit, it's Pat. Anyway, so I just wanted to like.
Well, I kind of dropped in because you wandered off.
I know.
I did watch I remember now because I just looked her up and I see her face and she looks incredibly familiar now. I remember a few years back, I think I watched an entire lecture from her, and she was on a panel with feminists talking about some issues. And this was at the time when I just discovered like Karen Strawn, and I was also really distraught at what I was hearing. I was like, what? Why are there people? Yeah, so I wish I could find what specific lecture that I watched, but that was the only thing that I saw from her. I ended up leaning more towards Karen Strawn. I think she was just more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, Karen is fucking amazing. All of the Badger crew, incredible.
I'll say this much for Karen too. After we've had her on the show here, and if you didn't watch that show, go watch it, because the funniest thing that you will find about Karen Strawn is as much of a fucking hard ass polemicist as she can be. Oh my god, that is the sweetest fucking woman I've ever spoke to. My god, you can, and the worst thing about her is it's much like myself. You cannot stop her. She will not stop talking. She will continue a conversation until the end of fucking time, and then say, "Oh, holy fuck, I've got things to do. I'm so sorry. I need to go."
Right.
Yeah, Karen was amazing. I think I saw what was it, the video? I think I remember the title. It was "I'm a Sexy Woman, Stop Objectifying Me," and it was like this 20-minute video of her just like in her work clothes in her kitchen talking about this stuff. And I remember she talked about this analogy about like these women that went to like vacationing in Europe when they were 20, and how they were all offended because all these guys kept on whistling at them and pinching their butts. But then they went back when they were like 45, and then they were offended that nobody was whistling at them and pinching their butts. and I was like, oh, like that story stuck with me. That was the Karen Strawn like moment, and then that's when like I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh my god, feminism is not what I thought it was.
Yeah, no, the men's concentration camp thing was Julie Bindle. I thought that was interesting. So Paglia, now that I'm remembering, Paglia has always been brilliant. Julie Bindle, though, I had this raging, seething hatred for Julie Bindle because I just thought she was this
and boner.
Hey, well, and a boner a little bit too. I mean, you know, I like women who are shaped like an apple.
I think that you could just kind of input that everywhere, like in the middle of any sentence, and boner.
And boner.
It'll work, yeah.
And boner. But no, Julie Bindle I thought was really interesting because I hated her because I took all of those comments that I would read on face value, and I'm like, God, what a fucking cunt. Like, this woman's terrible. What a bitch. And then, like, I watched an interview with her where they asked her about the men's concentration camp thing, and she's like, "It's a fucking joke. Lighten the fuck up." And I'm like, oh, I love this woman. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I make jokes about concentration camps, too. Fuck yeah, okay, cool.
That's the other thing that always wins me over is someone that's self-aware.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, so they know that they're up their own ass for certain things. I'm like, cool.
Well, let's keep in mind too. I mean, I came to understand Julie Bindle was someone worth respecting one time before Milo was booted off of Twitter. When I saw the two of them going back and forth, and he was like, "Well, we will have a fucking drink when I get back to England, won't we?" And she's like, "You fucking bet we will."
Yeah.
Now, the very fact, and now if anybody out there, and this is one of the sad things I find about the whole fucking culture war too, is like a good war between good warriors, let's say, should be one which is fought in a way in which those who are competing against each other can still respect and even like each other. Now, I am actually very much of the opinion that Julie Bindle and Milo Yiannopoulos probably actually very much enjoy each other's company. And this was something I learned back.
I've seen people that should be at odds get along very well. I see Warcy do streams all the time.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I know. Worski does streams all the time with anybody who will make him fucking money. But I mean, that aside, though, I mean, like it was the funniest thing when I worked in professional politics, right? The people who I liked enjoying drinking with more after hours were my opposition, were my fucking opponents. And it was always so much fun. There was even times in which on the union fucking campaigns, we had anti-fucking union contractors on fucking site. And I was so wanted to just go fucking have a drink with them and just hang out. In fact, one of my good friends, one of the people who introduced me to a fucking proper fucking speakeasy in Philadelphia, was a Straussian. Now I'm sitting there taking notes from my union organizing in my socialistic fucking manner. And then we've got a fucking Straussian at the corner of the bar. We had an argument, a fun discussion argument until 2 a.m. Lights come on. We hear, literally, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Time to leave. He says, come with me to the spot. I say, I'm not going anywhere to get robbed. You go fuck yourself. And then I'm like, he says, no, just fucking come with me to the spot. And what did it end up being? A fucking speakeasy in the attic of a fucking theater. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I walk into this
only
place.
Nick drinks at underground clubs.
No, I start out at shitty Irish. I start out at Irish bars, and then I move on to these fucking secret clubs, which stay open until 6 in the fucking morning.
At some point, he's just going into people's sex dungeons. He has no clue. He's like, it's a speakeasy.
I have fucking been there. I know the difference.
You see, Nick is the proper archetypal hero for the Cinderella story. See, he goes out in the middle of the night, right, and he sneaks out and he goes to the speakeasy and he loses a shoe. I'm trying to. It's a work in progress, guys.
He goes out. He goes out.
Okay. Ray Romano.
You got an episode.
Little Ray Romano.
He goes out into the night. Into the night.
Yeah, he does that. Those weird vocal inflections, like yeah.
Come on. So continue.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
That's the end of the joke.
Yeah. This archetype of man goes out into the night with a stranger who represents Judah. Him at the last dinner, but he goes out with him anyway. And what does he do? He drinks until 6 in the morning and smokes marijuana at a random bar built in the attic of a theater. And why is it a theater? Because he needs to perform as all political actors do, as he's told in Pinocchio. So,
all right,
yeah.
Now, can you say why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Now, here's the thing: is that this is the thing about songs about rainbows. It's about the lovers and the dreamers as envisioned by God.
Oh, God.
Adam and Eve, because one was the dreamer
Close
and
your
one
eyes.
was the
Close your eyes. It's perfect. Just close your eyes, and he's there. It's him.
That's the thing: is that the lovers and the dreamers represent Adam and Eve by way of Kermit the Frog invoking the notion of Adam the dreamer and Eve the other thing. I don't remember. The lover.
If you
Guys, I'm gonna go clean my room. I gotta go clean my room. I'm not.
If you do legitimately like close your eyes, it is so fucking.
Clean the room is because you have no goddamn height.
You need to make a video.
There are in a room
where you just make it look like a live stream and just have a frozen picture and just talk behind it.
Perfect.
What I need to do a bad lip reading of.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be perfect.
All right. So, yep. There you go. So that being the case, we have a show to do, don't we, Jeff?
Yeah. Shit, dude, I was hypnotized. I was hypnotized.
Well, every once in a while, you notice that your buddy's got a talent. You're like, go, keep going.
No, go. Yeah. Jesus Christ. JSC Hong says.
You're for that with so fan, aren't you?
JSC Hong says it's called an archetype, motherfucker. JBP rules. Jordan is interesting. He's interesting. Beth says, "Good evening, gentlemen. I didn't catch the name of the man sitting with Jeff, but I vote for more of him on the show." That's Fat Pat from Poisoning the Well, which, by the way, I'm gonna have to put I'll have to put Poisoning the Well.
Yeah. By the way, this Fat Pat here. This man is the object of a.
I don't want to lose 36 subs just because you. Fucking dick.
What the fuck?
Hey, that's Comedy 101. We're bringing
topical,
it
everybody.
I I was grounded around the fact that, this is the love affection. This is the object of adornment for the electric nuke. If you are familiar with electric nuke, well, he's not entirely in love with Fat Pat. He's just he's an amazing individual, and I appreciate electric nuke very much.
I do too.
Do you want to talk about the voluptuousness of his lips while you're here? Because he would appreciate that. I've seen that video. I know we both know what that we're fucking talking about.
Look, I every once in a while, if I'm feeling down, I'll play Electric Nuke's video about me. And I just turn on a hot bath, open up some veins.
Every fucking I'll turn that fucking Fane. I'll turn that on because he doesn't deserve me.
Turn the radio on and turn your veins open.
Turn your veins open, man.
All right. Anyway,
because life won't get better.
Suicide is very serious, guys. Breadbastard PBJ says, "What scares you more, Repzion selling his socks and underwear, or someone buying his socks and underwear?" Neither. It sounds, dude. It seems totally plausible to me. I have nothing against it. That's capitalism 101.
I have everything against it. It's degenerate. We need to get those unconditioned people out of this country and preserve our culture.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This ultimately comes back to the Mighty Ducks conundrum. This is like the philosophical question of our cinematic age is when you look at the old Mighty Ducks sequels, you have to ask which is sadder, the fact that people paid to make it or the fact that people paid to watch it.
Yeah, they didn't age well.
Ducks.
Neither
look,
did Emilio
all I'm
Estevez,
saying,
to be honest.
all I'm saying is that we recognize the fact that there is a difference in the IQ average curve between people that use Head and Shoulders and people that use fucking Tresemme. I mean, like we have to recognize that and move forward in society responsibly. We have to.
Shampoo realist.
Sad, you cut your hair now. We could have an entirely wonderful podcast, you and I, but now it's all gone because you cut your hair.
Because I just wanted to be a little bit better looking, and I think I got
Just
there.
be a little bit straighter looking. It didn't work.
Hey man, I gauge how good I look based on how many disgusting and creepy DMs I get, so I'm doing pretty well.
You need to gauge how good you look upon how gay people think you are.
All people have thought I was gay the whole time.
When has it gotten worse?
I got a legitimate hey look, I'm not trying to be a dick, but are you trans? Like I got that. It's like I guess I'm gorgeous.
Very appreciative.
I guess I am a pretty woman and apparently a very confusing looking man.
Yeah, somebody in the chat says Real has no clue what Mighty Ducks is. That's right, man. Like any movie that was produced before 1953 is pretty before my time. So I'm sorry, guys. just a kind of a generation gap. So.
Man.
Yeah, honestly, this is a guy. Honestly, he is so fucking new. He doesn't even know what the fuck Pirate Bay looks like. Not that I know what that is myself.
Oh, Pirate, that's that new game, right? The Xbox game.
Exactly.
Pirate Bay.
Yep.
That's what Pirate Bay is.
It's.
Oh, sorry, Sea of Thieves. I apologize.
Yeah, Pirate Bay. It's the one where you fucking kill your friends on a fucking field with grenades.
Why are you so perfect?
Jesus Christ!
I ain't even.
I feel like I'm in your mouth.
You can
listen, Pat. Do you want to go back to the time that actually happened, or we can move on?
Zerny Kuchi says, "Hey Jeff, how much would a Hemlock Moonwolf filtered death shot cost?" Oh God, you want me to filter out some death shots through Hemlock Moonwolf, or get Hemlock Moonwolf to do that? Totally different people.
You know what? I've never seen him in the same place at the same time though.
Mm-hmm.
Totes different people. I actually had an idea about that. I almost put you.
I live my life in a costume, dude.
So do I.
Put him in a costume later on. That's there's a paywall up for that.
See, the costume is going to be representative of.
Just let Nick do it.
Oh fuck. Anyway, so I'm asking for a friend. The
costume here is going to be representative of Miss Piggy taking it doggy style from Kermit in a time in which he was really confused about the course of his career,
and so he decided doggy style. Can that
froggy style?
Best fucking question ever.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, froggy style is like she just unleashes. No, froggy style is she just unleashes her eggs like into a stinky pond, and you just like fucking jerk off into it and shit.
And then you call that soggy style.
Soggy froggy style, whatever. It's fine. Like you gotta. It'd have to be piggy style.
Had nothing to do on Tuesday.
There you go.
He's gonna be there for a while.
You see
They've got
me
plenty of
jerking
things
off in a
to
swamp.
explore.
Just leave me.
You know, with my past dating history, I have definitely jerked off in a few
Some of my
swamps.
exes kind of were like a swamp.
What the fuck?
Yes, well, I mean, yeah, well, I mean, honestly, you're sitting next to Jeff. So speaking of your exes, I am glad to know that Fane is getting that aerobic workout.
Right now, Fane's having a panic attack going, wait, am I out? Am I out?
Is Saints taking us over? I know they took us on to begin with, and that was great, but oh god.
Serenity also said, asking for a friend really fucked up an affluent friend. You know, not me. Of course. I don't know, man. We'll have to talk about it later. Sergeant Buck says, Julie Juice confirmed in the latest Rust update. I have heard in the latest Rust update. Violent diarrhea. Jable says, I'm glad you still have the three-eyed Yoda pin on your jacket, Jeff. I do. Thank you for the pin. Gareth says, Paglia's magnum opus is Sexual Personae, and Glittering Images is a sequel. The best intro to her is the audiobook of Free Women, Free Men. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Erudite Fuzz says, after this episode, I'm convinced the Pornhub Saints is going to have competitions on who has the best foreskin on YouTube. Do any of us still have foreskins?
I give up. I'm going back to kitchens.
Wait.
If this is the way things are going.
I don't have a foreskin. Do you have a foreskin?
Not currently.
Okay. I mean, I have a couple in my freezer, but not attached to me. What about you, Real?
I don't know if I want to answer this question.
We want to know if we can dock or not.
Fucking not currently. Fuck.
Hey, girl.
It's like, well, it's gonna grow back. I've been confident about that since I was 3 years old when my parents had it done. I'm
It's
pretty
like, wait,
sure.
yours doesn't grow back? I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? What are we
Trust me,
having?
you pull on it long enough.
Wait, real. I think they're lizard people.
Oh, Alex Jones was right all along. See, what they're trying to do is that the lizard people are trying to get, like, they're trying to induce more human suffering so that they can harness the orgone energy, which they're going to use to power the spaceships that are going to tear through the fifth dimension, pass through space-time, and enter into our atmosphere so that they can take over the world and instill the new world order.
Are you...
Well, they need, but first, like,
tip them
the
fuck
problem
off.
is that they need to exterminate. They need to exterminate the indigo children first, right? Because that happened after 1963, after the explosion, right? There was that huge accident. And so the indigo children came so they could save us from the reptiles who want to harness our orgone energy. And the Pleiadians are also on our side. They're trying to fight, on the side of light and good. And so what we need to do is we need to surrender our souls to God, because God is a Pleiadian, so that we can protect the planet Earth from reptilian influence.
Are you
I
reading
swear
from
to-
something?
No, I was just gonna say, I swear to fucking Christ, I'm not gonna make another goddamn joke on this show when he's on here, because apparently he turns into a fucking Tumblr supernatural fan. I know all of the lore about Alex.
No. Okay, you know what? I have to.
Impressive. That was genuinely fucking impressive.
It was. That's the thing. Like, real honestly, because you came on the show and you have made an orgone reference. Like, you and I, we have to be friends forever.
Now we must touch penis tips. Are you circumcised or not?
Out of his chair.
Look. I think I'm a big proponent of sort of learning by doing. Right,
Okay,
so we'll deal with that when we get there.
Okay.
One very serious question. You can
Okay.
chill this here. Do you have a PO box?
No, I don't. And
Well,
I
you
should.
need one because
you gotta get
these
one.
Saints fans are. Get yourself a PO box. It's cheap as fuck. Go and get one, but you need to get one specifically because Saints fans will have to send you
I just give
A
Faye's
priest
address
fuck
away.
collar.
Priest collar. Oh, priest
You
collar.
just gave
Nice.
Spain. Yeah, no, you need a fucking priest collar because you just preach the fucking gospel, Alex Jones, right there.
Oh yeah,
mean,
I
absolutely.
have to blow some.
Hallelujah, brother.
Dude, I'm so into the fucking Pleiadian spiritual alien bullshit. I love that shit.
I feel fucking saved. I don't know about these two degenerates, but
All right, Nick, I need you to do something real quick. So I sent you the My Circle link. I need you to send it to real quick.
okay, yeah, I can do that. I thought it was something. I thought it was gonna be something embarrassing and
Starting Coochie says format, or I will pay people to get squigums. We know where squigums is. If we need squigums, we'll get squigums. Aetherion says real is the best trap. I would agree. Speaking of traps, we're gonna do our undersubbed of the week here.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That was really good, Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
Good transition, actually.
I know.
Good transition.
Oh, shit.
I guess the rest of us will get that reference in a second.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now next up, we're gonna have to do our Undersubbed of the week because we do have a format. This show and our lives are dictated by the.
Are they
the
still
God
thinking
format.
I'm so fain?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Gonzaduke says, "Can Sofane do the truffle shuffle?" That's not Sofane.
Oh, Fane Pat. It's Fane Pat.
But yes, Fane could do the truffle shuffle because he is at his heaviest right now. So.
He's so fucking skinny, dude.
Before we start
like
the Undersubbed of the week, I
There's
would like to
no
apologize
muscle
for
tone,
derailing
it's
us
just
from
like
the
a
from the format and getting us closer to maybe that horrible place where we're just like a 4-hour live stream where people just yell at each other. I know we would never want to do that, so just want to apologize. I apologize for derailing the format. Sorry about that. No blood sports here.
No, listen. I
know,
see
if
how
you talk about how old we are,
I
it
see
might
how
happen.
skinny and poorly spoken you are. I'm not gonna rail on you that too hard.
Okay, so
Yes.
our Undersubbed of the week is Ella Grant, and you sent this lovely woman to us, and I've actually been watching her videos for the past week ever since you were doing cameos with her. So give us an introduction to who Ella Grant is.
So Ella Grant, let me make this very clear to all of you idiots. She's 17. Just everybody.
Okay.
She's 17 years old.
Okay.
She's 17.
I'm gonna tone way back on some of the shit I'm about to say.
All right, so I should put my pants back on then.
I just want to make that clear. Canadian trans YouTuber, I guess a little bit conservative, but it doesn't feel like the conservatism is like the primary part of her identity. She is a very entertaining person, has an incredibly charismatic camera presence. I would compare her more to somebody like Shoe on Head, with the kind of style of content she does. Incredibly stylish. She's got this thing for like the 50s, American 50s kind of dress. So yeah, she's just fantastic and she's super funny. So
Cool. All right, let's watch her channel trailer. Let's check out Ella Grant. Nick always picks the channel trailers.
You know, it was a pretty bold.
It's what they want to
political
present.
Commentary channel in the midst of the apocalypse. But if Susan comes after me and tries to shut me down, she'll be transphobic because I am Ella Grant, aka Trap Supreme, aka the only sane tranny in the Great White North.
Wait, hang on. Did she just call herself Trap Supreme?
Yeah, that's what gave me the boner. It's weird.
I'm
she's
uncomfortable with this.
17. She's 17.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know. I know things are different in the South, man. But like
the phrase. well, they said it's 16, so we're cool. But it was the phrasing that I liked.
okay.
He kind of has to. He hears Trap Supreme. He thinks like, does that mean there's like lettuce and tomato on top of that?
It sounds like some kind of order at Burger King, dude. Okay.
Okay. No, let's look at her latest video. Actually, let's do this.
I was trying to introduce them using her fucking trailer video.
Let's watch her actual production.
Oh, this is the video that I was in. Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh.
Let's see how many Lana Del Rey comparisons I can get in one video. So, I know this is a bit of a hot button issue, and sorry if I'm, like, whispering a little bit. It's, like, 11 o'clock at night right now, and yet I'm here doing this. So, okay, I don't even know where to begin with this video. Without coming off as a total bitch. And I know the whole dating preference thing is a bit old news at this point. I mean, the Riley Dennis video came out a while ago. Apparently this needs to be said. So when it comes to being trans and dating, I don't have too much experience. What is my dog doing? And the other thing I've got to say right now, I don't speak for all trans women. This is just...
I like that she'll do a jump cut after something she should have done a jump cut for.
So I only do speak from my own experience here. Or lack thereof. I don't have that much experience yet. And hopefully this video will kind of give you some semblance as to why. Let's talk about what I look for in a man. First of all, I'm not so liberal. I wouldn't date anyone with a different political belief than me. You know, you can be further right than me, you can be way far left than me, but the only deal breaker to any of those is if you're not willing to talk about it and maybe hash out some differences. I mean, obviously someone who agrees with me more often than not would be good, but I'm not so intolerant of other people's beliefs. It's more about your character than if you think illegal immigrants are bad or not. Another one, a good sense of humor, so I can learn a thing or two about how to tell a joke. And then there's other things like I would only date a guy who's taller than me. Maybe not by a lot. I mean, I'm 5'8", so I'll take what I can get. And here's why I wouldn't date a trans man. I think the main thing that sort of combines everything is I don't want to date anybody that's more feminine than me, and that includes trans men. This boils down to more of a sex thing. It would be dysphoria squared, and I know that sounds really weird, but you know, honestly, if I was dating anyone with a vagina, I'd probably just be jealous. I know that sounds really, really weird, and hopefully you can like kind of see where I'm coming from. I wouldn't be jealous of cramps or anything like that, but it is why I am pursuant to the snip. Have you had the snip yet? And speaking of the snip, I don't plan on dating until after I get the snip. Lots of things in my life are put on hold until after that, which hopefully will be in the next year or so. Things like university, all that jazz. Dysphoria's a bitch. And I guess that's the main thing, is I don't plan on dating because, and this goes back to the I don't speak for all trans women thing, the thing I am dysphoric about the most And I mean, there's other things I do plan on fixing with surgery as well. And I know lots of people are going to be like, oh, Ella, you don't need surgery. But like, I mean, come on, this is all padding. It's pretty sad, really. But that wouldn't necessarily hinder me from dating. But that's just the big one. Because right now, that's the greatest hurdle in my life is I forgot where I was going with that. And here's why it's not transphobic to not want to date a tranny. You love who you love. If you're a man who loves men, that's fine. Hop onto Grindr. If you're a woman who loves women, great, go get some cats together. At the end of the day, you like who you like, and that's fine. Unless you're a pedophile, in which case that is not fine. If you want to date a trans girl, that's fine. If you want to date a trans man, that's fine. It's really down to what you like. I mean, I know I'm personally open to dating someone of a different race, and that's how you know I'm not alt-right. I can hear millennial woes dying on the inside from here. I can see it now.
We've lost another beautiful white woman. Her fucking DNA, her white DNA, her genes, her precious genes are now gonna be contaminated with Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. And her kids will not be white. They won't have her hair, red hair, and her eyes. Oh God.
Oh shit. Yeah, so that happened.
All right.
Wait, what was I talking about? I know there's women out there who will only date.
Anyway, if you want to see more of Ella Grant and you wanna check out her channel, she's got great timing.
Yeah, I like it. I like the timing. It's funny.
Yeah, I know. If you would like to see well, Fat Pat's replacement on Poisoning the Well, you go ahead and check out fucking. Well, listen, you are not the prettiest trans girl on YouTube anymore, Pat. You're gonna have to get used to that.
Don't worry, I'm gonna up my game. I've already got partial snip.
17. Just putting it out there.
Hey, I live in Georgia, man. It's
no, yeah, he lives in Georgia. He's fully well aware of the fact that a 17-year-old man looks like a 22-year-old woman.
Keep it in the family. That's right.
It's like, I can't be convicted if I didn't know.
I know she told me she was 17. Look, officer, I know she says she was 17, but I swear to God, she looked 21.
Yeah, and it's like, Your Honor, I enter as evidence, as Exhibit A, this video here called "Why I Won't Date Trans Men." You tell me if you wouldn't want to fuck her.
Keep saying she's 17, but Jesus
Christ,
women are liars.
You fucking 68-year-old bastard, you fucking pervert. You want to admit that in front of the fucking public? You make me admit that in front of the fucking public. How about that? Yeah.
Ella Grant is
Georgia.
I'm Ella Grant Georgia. Is great.
And go and subscribe to Ella fucking Grant. And if you don't, you're a fucking trans.
Don't say anything that I said anywhere on her channel, please.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's all for the lulls, everybody.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Pat, there ain't no time in which Pat has stroked off a cock into his mouth per se. But I mean,
Not
if you see that in the comment, that's just a joke.
Gross.
It's just a meme, bro.
It's the circle of protein, my man.
It's like why do you? I mean, I can see why you fucking maintain them square ass shoulders here, as you get enough fucking protein.
I'm trying to get my traps big.
Yeah? There you go, boy. Jesus Christ, I ain't even finished.
I like where we're gonna be monetized again. It's fine. It's cool.
How worse can this fucking
You invited
get?
me on.
I know.
I was just visiting.
Let's find out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I knew that was coming, Boogly.
Oh, yeah. I know. So Jables Boogly says, could we get a pinkies out for Beer American Diaries? She has some health issues and can't continue her journey to find the beer for her. Really? So we featured Beer Adventure Diaries a while ago on the channel. And it's a woman who doesn't like beer, but she was traveling around trying to like find a beer that would actually be good for her, but apparently she's having health issues. That's terrible. Aw, sense of love to Beer Adventure Diaries.
Oh, she's one of our favorites.
Yeah,
awesome.
honestly, fucking nobody who is trying to explore beer deserves fucking health problems.
Yeah.
She comes on and plays video games with us.
Does she really?
Aside from me.
She's so nice.
I know, she's nice.
She's so sweet. Garrett says, I hereby nominate Liana K for future Undersubbed of the Week. She's a feminist, but she's a fun, cool feminist. And she was a gamer before. Her Gamer's Guide to Feminism and Ladybit series are great. Dude, I'm down for checking it out. Like, dude, honestly.
I like Liana. I do. I mean, I don't agree with her about everything, but that's probably why I fucking like her.
I gotta be honest with you. At this point in time, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but at this point in time, after last year and like the crazy deconstructing fall of everything that we once fucking knew on YouTube, like at this point, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my sub feed and I'm looking at all the different videos that I have available to watch and whatnot, and there's still some really cool, interesting, innovative things out there. Like Real's channel is amazing. Poison Well is obviously awesome. But like most of the channels that I used to sub to, these like static image avatar people, just like talking head people talking about random ass fucking things, trying to like fill up a bunch of
and much fucking love to most of them.
And so like I have this option, this horde of them, and some of them I love. Like I love Dapperton. Dapperton's my homie. I fucking love Dapperton. But like a lot of them I just can't fucking watch anymore. And then I come across like an H Bomber guy video. And obviously the dude's politics are fucking shit, but fuck me dead, that dude makes a good video. His videos are fucking awesome. Oh my god, his dissection of why Sherlock was shit
was
great.
And I love, here's the funny thing I love about that too. I loved that show before he did that, and then I watched it, and I pretty much agreed with him about everything he fucking said.
But I'm not watching that video because I like Sherlock.
I don't want to be content.
That's the thing. I mean, like, I like Sherlock, but you're fucking entirely right, H Bomber guy.
Which season? I'm like on season 2, so I don't know. Like, is it?
Oh, you'll get no. Actually, you know what? Finish the series, and I'm not even shitting you. Finish that series, right? Because you'll get entertainment and enjoyment from it. It's a good series. It's fun. But then you watch H Bomber guy's fucking breakdown of why it's all fucking terrible, and you'll be like, "My God, you're fucking right. I hate you."
My whole thing so far is that because I grew up reading the books, and those were hard because I was young and they're not written for me. But I was like so into Sherlock anyway that I was like, oh, I'm gonna figure out how to read this really horrible like slow English, and I find that the show tends to like mystery is about there being a truth all the time. The truth is always there, and it isn't like manipulation that is keeping the truth from the reader or the viewer, but it is like sleight of hand, like it's always present. But I feel like the show sometimes is very contrived in how like it's hiding the truth.
No, you know what? I'll say this much: finish watching the series and then watch H Bomber guy's video on why it was terrible, and then you will find yourself thinking like, I really enjoyed it, but he's absolutely right. That was fucking garbage.
I'm gonna have another one of those Last Jedi moments, I bet.
H Bomber guy's video on the Golden One, and then his latest one on the Soy Boys thing, like, is just fucking. It's amazing. Like, you may not like the guy, you may not like his politics and whatnot, But like, there are no more rules anymore. There are no more rules. Last year, especially 2016 and into 2017, like we had like a basic standard operating procedure of like what is like our content. There's no rules anymore. There's
Wild
no
West,
more fucking
everybody.
rules. Yeah, dude, fucking everything's fucking crazy now.
Yeah.
People
Yeah, I got
make
your
objectively good videos like H Bomber guy, like.
And
You
I
can't
like
fuck-
that. That's
well,
exciting.
No, that's
It
what
is.
I honestly, I genuinely fucking love it when I see a video from a person that I don't respect their fucking outlook or politics, and then I'm like,
That's a good video.
you're fucking right. Now,
Like I like the opposite. I like when I get when I see videos from my sub feed from people that like I might arrive at the same conclusions as them, but for whatever reason I'm like, but this content is shit. Like
Yeah.
I get the opposite thing.
without getting too deep into it, there is a fucking thing to be said about the fact that like the whole fucking Sargon fucking Thunderfoot debacle, yeah. The fact is those two ought to fucking they do respect each other, and being able to watch somebody's video who you respect, I don't know, it's kind of commentary on it's almost like YouTube commentary on the commentary fucking scene itself, because when you get to a point in which a simple fucking divergence from a piece of fucking opinion is enough to make somebody whose content you enjoyed and loved absolute shit in your fucking eyes simply because they're not in your fucking camp. That should say a lot about your perception of what the fuck your media fucking really is.
Yeah, like Theron Meyer. Like Theron Meyer is a really good friend of mine. Like, we talk on the phone all the time and stuff. And she did that whole thing. Theron is the best, dude. And I did my video, and then we like talked. We texted for a while. Like we called before I did my video on her, and we were talking about it and stuff. And like, yeah, I think that we have some different conclusions. But man, she's a cool chick, and I don't give a damn. She's a great friend. So I'm more than happy to have those disagreements.
It's a fucking crazy world, everybody.
Wait, hang on.
And in this, like, we are your drugs.
This is the most important question I have to ask you right now, Rio. So you're friends with Theron Meyer, right?
Yeah.
Is Theron Meyer 17?
No.
Is Theron Meyer over 18?
Yeah.
Look, dude, Theron Meyer is fucking hot as shit. All right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you know what?
No. The brakes are off the fucking train at this point. She's over 18. Theron Meyer is like fucking
fair game.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
what
she's
I'm
over
saying.
14,
right,
guys.
Real quick, real before Def and fucking Pat began stroking each other off, thoughts of fucking Theron.
Around, fucking like I was my money.
Your wife is.
All right, you know what? Hey, you know what, Jeff? You know what? Fucking, I'm taking fucking creative control here, and I'm gonna say straight up, we're gonna rely on Really here to be our fucking our proxy, Theron. Come on the show.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
get
Come on,
Let me go.
It's a good fucking time.
Yeah.
Worst thing you can have is a good fucking time.
Yeah,
I will tell you guys.
The
I'll tell you guys this much. She's taking a little bit of a break. Things got a little bit intense, so it might not be a while before she's ready
I
to
don't
come
give
back.
a fuck. No, you get her fucking next week. I swear to Christ, I will fucking castrate you if you fail me.
But honestly,
Bro,
if Theron comes on, I'm just gonna
told
be
you,
hitting.
I already did it myself, dude. Gas station knife. Remember we were like,
God damn it, you fucking trans millennials! I don't know how to deal with this shit.
He's about to give himself the snip right here.
yeah, absolutely, man.
All right. Anyway, so real quick. We gotta burn through these. We gotta get to the cringe of the week. We have to, because we're starting to get trolled by our wives.
We got
your wife.
Yeah,
my wife will just throw something in here.
Okay. So anyway,
fucking wife, I can go all fucking night if that's what's happening.
Crab 90 says,
Mems and the other lady, kindly smash that one button if you would like to see me drag your fucking husband's misery out as long as I can.
Crab 90 says, Tramp Supreme, is that some gay shit at Taco Bell? That sounds about. We had Taco Bell last night.
That's what's going on with my stomach today.
Yeah, that's why we both hurt. Serenity Coochie says, Real, cease your investigations at once. If you know what's good for you, we'll start selling male vitality pills loaded with the lead and continued ramblings only in danger of those you love. We are watching and we will know.
Cease your investigations at once.
Jesus Christ. Have I finally triggered the reptilians? They're gonna come after me. They're gonna come like rape me and like get my organ energy. It's like the final spasms of my lifeblood that drains my body.
You're gonna have to shave your fucking head and be like, I just am reptilian.
Jables Bogley says, where's the Jeff Holiday video, Pat?
Okay.
That's a complicated question.
It's finally almost organized in the computer, but not edited. If that makes any sense. there was a lot of changes that happened at the house. The new computers came in, new setup. We went to the Creative Cloud for Adobe and had to move everything around. So basically, it just kept getting. We had to reshoot some stuff. It was a real pain in the ass. And then in the midst of that, I was getting married, and the whole thing was pain. Whatever. It's going to be. It's not going to be as good as we wanted it to be because we lost some pieces.
Yeah.
But we will put something together, and if there's anything that needs to be filled in for gaps that we missed, I think we're just going to do it with puppets.
Probably for the best.
So just go ahead, just like it's going to be a bad video, but the joke will be out there, and everyone can see what the Jeff video is. And
we could probably like refilm me smoking crack, like before you leave. Probably do that here, because I don't think that one turned out very well.
Yeah, I don't think it did either.
I don't think it turned out well. Anyway, and so Ultra Clunt says it's another late night at the glory hole, eating lots of cummies. I have no idea what's going on. Neither do I. I know. Brand Ever says visiting parents after work, sitting in living room with them. Oh look, Saints are on. I think to myself, click on the stream, and who has the best foreskin on YouTube? Blast over my phone speaker. Thanks guys. I'll watch later. I think that's what we're here for. Nightmare says Fat Pat. Since
it's not me.
Since Sophane won't answer me, will you? Dessert, appetizer, or entree? I don't know what that means. Entree. He says entree. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping this is some conversation that has happened, and I don't know what it is.
You're just gonna end up hopelessly fucking raped at a pilot station somewhere, and whoa, that
boy can dream, can't he?
That was very.
I think the right answer.
Entree.
I think the right answer was dessert.
It might be. Rhino says you missed my first super chat. New video up. Rhino, send me a link to it through Discord, please, right now. Mems, my wife says the wives are better drinkers. Fight me in real life. We're about to. We're going to. Gareth says Theron is a cool girl, but she is engaged. Oh, well,
it's all over.
Yeah.
I don't want her on the channel.
But we're both married, so obviously that means nothing.
Yeah,
unless they're willing to, fucking toss a piece over. Oh yeah, I'm married.
You have key parties.
How open-minded is the skeptic community?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love it. You've been married what, a month or two now, and you're just like, yeah, I know all about key parties. We've been planning one of them because like she's really fucking bored of me already. But you know, that's a great thing.
Key parties.
It says also watch Lady Bits and Gamer's Guide to Feminism. Gonzo Duke says, where is the Andy Worski video, Pat?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I volunteer as tribute. That next week you'll see me. I'm gonna drag the shit out of his mediocre show. So just subscribe to me.
Okay. So
listen, listen. This is the YouTube Saints. We would never dream of calling a fucking an endless drama show what you just called it. I would
retarded.
And never would never call it inane or retarded or pointless or obvious. Never
or bad.
In our fucking imagination. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Honestly,
low quality.
How far do you want to go?
Yeah, no production value. We'd never say that.
No.
Never. No. I mean, like it's not. Listen,
okay, we're good.
Producing. Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, I am not here to say that producing videos where you express genuine fucking opinions that you spent time thinking about beforehand is worthwhile. I am not saying that. This is not what this show is. We are actually YouTube. This is just a late night show in which we have fun. So you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. With your headphones and your blue fucking bedroom.
Last but not, what the fuck? Don't color shame real. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
you're racist.
All of the things I've just said. His blue bedroom is
we
the
need
problem.
A blue ethno tape. We need a blue ethno tape.
All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the cringe of the week. Here we go.
Is that people who've just choked themselves
out? Our cringe
out?
of the week is not what you think it would have been. A lot of people were thinking that our cringe of the week was going to be like the roses are red, violets are blue, subscribe to black YouTubers. No. It's can North Korea cover up its brutal regime with lipstick diplomacy? No.
Yeah.
The cringiest thing for me is not even YouTube. Not even YouTube putting out a racist, bullshit, stupid fucking tweet. It is, in fact, the glorification of an actual propagandist, torturer of a murderous fucking regime being glorified in mainstream fucking media. North
This
Korea
shit
is
is incredibly irresponsible. I can't.
it's
Oh,
insane.
don't worry. I have my rant ready.
All right.
So, North Korea's rebranding campaign has gained purchase on the Olympic stage and won lavish media attention, but to bear the kind of fruit that really matters, Pyongyang will have to do more than just smile and bat its eyes. On Wednesday, Seoul approved a US $2.6 million budget to cover the cost of food, lodging, and transport for more than North Korea's 229 cheerleaders, its 30 taekwondo performers, and over 140 members of its Samjeong Orchestra.
Easy for you to say.
Fucking not easy for me to say. Jesus fucking Christ. But in every single photo op, you have Pyongyang putting out these people, these smiling fucking faces, these beautiful North Korean people coming out. Oh, we are a happy country. We are a happy country. Look at our minister of propaganda, Kim Jong-il.
Are you doing an impression right now?
I guess so. I don't know. It's bad. Kim Jong-il's fucking sister, the actual minister of propaganda. That's her fucking name. Becoming a media darling in Western media. Absolutely insane. This shit is baffling to me.
Yeah, go. Do your rant, bro.
No, you know what? I want Pat to go first.
Okay.
What?
Pat, do you have anything to say?
Well, to me,
come on, give us something. Come on.
Would you bang?
Okay.
Would you bang?
You didn't want to do the cringe of the week being the YouTube, roses red, violets are blue, subscribe to black creators thing.
It was
flat earthers.
That was obviously cringy.
Right.
But when anything coming out of North Korea, it's auto cringe. You know it's going to be. So to me, it's like this is low hanging fruit, dude.
It's low hanging fruit, but at the same time, it's like we would assume that anything coming out of North Korea is going to be cringy. But the way we reacted to it, the way our media reacted to it, was absolutely insane. Insane.
Well, I have to wonder what the hell the agenda was, because it wasn't just like one site. It was like this mass campaign, like a collusion between all of these media sites, these like sort of like liberal blogosphere media sites that were so determined to, I don't know, like in order to stick it to Pence to prop up this the head of propaganda in North Korea. And this isn't even like, oh, look how stupid this is, oh, look how funny this is, oh, look how ridiculous this is. It's like, hey guys, like we have to think about like this is an entire state built upon like human rights violations, and there is I think a responsibility here to make sure that we never forget that. So like all the cringiness aside, I mean, like I wish that somebody could help me understand what the hell the intention was, because this is it's dangerous and it's shameful and it's disgusting to me.
I would agree.
I will offer you my best interpretation of what the interpretation of this is.
Get ready. One man, final speech.
I am genuinely fucking absurd and upset by this. If you ever need a genuine observation of how it is that life in this supposedly advanced society of ours is fucking absurd, consider the fact that in this society of excess, in which these fucking cunt bloggers have nothing more to worry about than where they're going to get their next kale fucking shipment from, these are the same fucking cunts who have decided that praising the marginally pretty sister of Kim Jong-il is or Kim Jong-un or whatever the fuck that pudgy cunt's fucking name is. The fact that his fucking sister has become a media fucking darling because she is marginally fucking pretty and doesn't represent the absolute fucking desperation and despair that is North Korea, and that she is contraposed as it was against Mike Pence, who is a miserable fucking cunt on his own, but no fucking comparison to that which her family has wrought upon millions of fucking people. The very fact that people who could honestly call themselves journalists any fucking capacity could honestly leap any praise upon this feckless pretty-faced cunt simply for the fact that she could smile at the camera at the right fucking time. Tells you everything you need to fucking know about your glorious Western fucking media and your glorious Western fucking culture. Now, in terms of how it is that we compose ourselves in the midst of these international games with this stodgy homophobe being pitted against this otherwise unattractive and smirking bitch, that tells you everything you need to fucking know about how fucking seriously these fucking people take your opinions about world fucking events. This is a country which they take entire families and put them in gas chambers, right? We're all supposed to be so up fucking set about gas chambers as Mike Pence walks sad-faced through fucking Auschwitz. This bitch and her fucking family put entire families who've done nothing wrong into chambers in which they pump gas just to make sure it fucking works. And yet we're supposed to assume that because she's got a pretty smile and she's a dainty little lady, that this country is anything short of a barbaric fucking hellhole. Now, if I seem a bit upset about this, it might be due to the fact that multiple fucking families, in fact, entire loads of innocent fucking people have suffered and died under not only her whim, but the whims of her fucking shitheel fucking family. But we're supposed to praise them because they are somehow juxtaposed against fucking Mike Pence. And throughout all of this, we have China asking, is this new public relations mannerism on the part of North Korea the most backward, barbaric piece of shit regime that needs to be burned to the fucking ground? And honestly, I am at the point almost where I would say that if every citizen suffering under this regime had to be killed in order for that land to be cleared so that genuinely honest fucking people could live and mourn their loss, I would not necessarily say it was a fucking loss altogether. If I have to say that, the fact that I have to understand that and that this fucking lipstick fucking pig can come on fucking camera and try and convince the world, and especially Western fucking media who just hates this piece of shit Pence and Trump so much, they would give them some kind of leeway, I would say that this entire fucking thing is a fucking farce. I would say that if we are the kind of nation that would actually adorn this woman with anything resembling praise in the midst of our consideration of an international games, which is supposed to represent peace amongst nations and all that other shit, I would say that every goddamn nation involved in these games, every one of them, every media outlet, every country which propagated a media outlet, which allowed this kind of shit to fucking be perpetuated, needs to burn to the fucking ground. We need to go back to hunter-gatherer fucking societies. If this is honestly the fucking place that we are fucking at. Because if you cannot see the problem here, you are yourself the problem.
That's good. That's good.
Can someone give, like, Nick a hug or something? Like,
wait, I can't. Wait.
I would hate to see him with a bunny.
You can give Nick a hug. Give Nick a hug.
He's going between us?
He's right between us.
Pat, I love bunnies. They ain't never killed entire families for no fucking
It'll
reason.
Be okay, dude.
It's good. It's good.
I love bunnies.
It's good.
Oh,
it's
don't turn away.
They're fuzzy. Bunnies are fuzzy.
I don't know if you guys could hear the epic music that I was trying to play.
Yeah, I caught some of it.
That's why I was trying not to laugh.
That's good. All right, so real quick, we're gonna
catch
up.
If there's a way to get a green screen behind Nick so you can play like an American flag behind him.
Oh, dude! Oh my God, we gotta do that. No, that was an epic fucking rant, dude. That was good. That was really good.
Someone could count how many times he said "epic piece of shit."
Yeah. All right, so Gareth Green.
We're all together. I see it. Keep in mind there's a delay, but that's lovely.
Gareth says it's really sad that so many YouTubers I love hate each other now. It's like when my parents fought as a kid. No, my parents did not divorce. That's fair. I understand. Alchemical Terrogator says, hey guys, have an after show stream for y'all. Kingdoms of Discordia. Ask me on Discord for details. Interesting. So there's a possibility for other people to watch other things after this. Gareth also says, when did Andy Worski ever have production value? Yeah, it's an interesting question.
He did a rap video once, it was okay.
Yeah, he also says the left-wing media...
I honestly, too, if anybody's watched my videos, I genuinely can't talk fucking shit about that old fucking thing about
I
that's the best
can.
thing I got.
We can do. Yeah, we
I can talk shit about production because that's all I have.
I'll fucking talk shit as much as I want to. I don't give a fuck. So
hashtag I want my Andy back.
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't.
Garrett,
because you're a heartless asshole.
I don't give a.
He's never coming back. He's never coming back.
Hot 17 traps. But whatever. Gareth Green says the left-wing media has been propping. I didn't say that. The left-wing media has been propping up communist dictators for about a century. Look at how the Soviets were treated in the 30s. That's fair. That's true. Bell says, I'd tell you to do a death shot, but it'll pass this time. I'm taking this back if you don't stick around after the stream and shoot some fucking normies with me in the fields of justice. PUBG, hashtag West Coast, Best Coast. Too true. Too true. Ladies and gentlemen.
East Coast.
No. Where are you right now? You're here. You're West Coast.
Hey, you crunchy motherfucker.
Yeah, I am crunchy. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have had an epic fucking show tonight. We've had Hi, I Think I'm Real, one of my favorite content creators in the fucking world. Absolutely incredible dude.
Go and subscribe.
Go subscribe to Hi, I Think I'm Real. Go subscribe to Ella Grant. She's fucking incredible. She's great.
Ella Grant. Hell yeah.
Don't get any ideas because she's 17.
She's 17.
Yeah, just stop it.
Yeah. Listen,
Stop
unless you're fucking.
Here's a tip. If you send her a dick pic, she could send one back. So there you go, guys.
Oh, and then you'll get arrested for having it on your computer.
What?
So anyway.
Just doing research. I'm just doing research, guys.
Yeah,
it's just research, guys. Just research.
Listen, before we get too far, we have been your YouTube saints. Jeff, get ready to cut the feed.
Yeah,
really seriously, get ready to cut the feed.
I got
we have been your
YouTube
saints. Listen, like last fucking word, don't fuck retards. It'll come back to you.
Let's take care of business, guys. Let's take care.
But yeah, by all means, everybody, make sure to come back here every Sunday, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, every single fucking week without fail. YouTube Saints, check us out on Twitch on Thursday for the midweek Saints. We have been your gutter punk fucking saviors. Pinkies up, hashtag Moonjuice. Let's just do all this shit. Fuck off. Get fucked. Fuck you.